Edwards is ageless. Tonight he starts his 22nd year as the head coach at BYU and is just 9 wins away from 200 career victories. And this team should get him there. The first roadblock is Dennis Franchione and his New Mexico Lobos, a team rebuilding, and a win over number 19 BYU with sturdy the foundation. Tonight, it's the Cougars and Lobos. Three. Gets the ball clean. A 9.79. The set and the spike.
KSL Television Sports presents BYU football.
Welcome to Albuquerque, the land of enchantment. The Lobo fans hope to turn it into a land of nightmares. Tonight for Brigham Young, the Cougars, number 19 in the preseason polls, and they started off against the New Mexico Lobos. Hello, everyone. I'm Craig Bolerjack, along with Blaine Fowler. Glad to have you alongside for another year of Cougar football here on KSL. Let's take a look at the Franklin Quest game plan. And Blaine, offensive weapons, both teams loaded.
They both have a lot of good skill people, and BYU's trigger man, John Walsh, this year. Back to square one for BYU. He's the guy that started the season last year before going down in Game 3 with an injury. He'll be looking to receiver Eric Drage. For some reason, on 3rd and 15, Craig, he always seems to be open, and John Walsh will go to him in those clutch situations.
He's got a great set of hands, doesn't he, and Eric Drage? How about Stoney Case, the quarterback for New Mexico, maybe the most underrated QB in the WAC this year?
What makes Stoney Case so dangerous, Craig, is he has great feet to go along with a very good arm, and so he can scramble around and buy you some time. And when he's looking for somebody to give the football to, Winslow Oliver out of the backfield, the leading freshman rusher last year in the nation with 1,063 yards. He brings that 1,063 yards into the stadium tonight and hopes to do well against BYU.
Now, another point we have to make is line strength. Both of these teams big, strong, physical.
Both teams have experienced offensive lines, but if there's going to be an advantage down in the trenches, it has to go to BYU's defensive front. Greg Pitts, Lenny Gomes, and Randy Brock are all very physical, have good foot speed, and I don't know if New Mexico has enough strength to handle those three.
Well, the Lobos have muscled up just a little bit since last year, and Doug Miller, how'd they do it?
You're looking at the huge new weight and conditioning center constructed by the Lobos in the last year. 26,000 feet, state-of-the-art, and it's already made a big difference in this program. Just a year ago, only one member of the Lobos team could squat 500 pounds. That's the exercise that virtually simulates what an offensive or defensive lineman faces every down in the trenches, squatting and thrusting tremendous weight. This year, 24 members of the Lobos can squat 500 pounds. Dennis Franchione in this big new facility has made a difference you'll see tonight in the trenches.
All right, Doug. I had no idea he could get down that far. Very good. All right, stay tuned. We've got Cougar football coming up on KSL. They started off with the Lobos. You'll see it next.
BYU football game. The sponsorship is important for the success of our athletic programs at the University of New Mexico.
All right.
Hey, Terry.
Anything down there you want to tag on, as we have probably a couple minutes to fill here?
Yeah, we could do a little shot over here in the north end zone with the crowd on the slopes. And
let's do that.
All right.
Great.
I need to get a camera down here. Roy is coming. We ought to have time. Listen to the wolves howling.
Oh.
That's cool. I haven't heard them do that before.
In Georgia, they have the dogs growling, and everybody in the stands say, dog meat, as the other team comes in.
How about them dogs?
And then they have a thing that comes over the mic, and it says, go, you hairy dogs.
Yeah.
Hey, Terry, we keep it here until what? I mean, even if we got 4 minutes to fill here before kickoff?
Can we, comp some people on ads?
I'm ready to do this shot here if you want. Are we going to have time to do the little newspaper line?
Got time to do everything.
Craig, we could talk about Walsh being a rookie or not, because we did that in the pregame instead, and we didn't do it in the
open. Okay.
Yeah. Start with this, then come up to me and show the slope over here. I'll be ready.
Look at the standing room moment.
Be ready anytime you want to pitch it down.
A lot of people still coming in.
Yeah, they're going to break the record.
Unbelievable.
32,904 against UTEP.
You got to tell them it's more than the Hulk Hogan Roddy Piper fight.
That's right. How much time?
What's that?
Good luck, Bowler.
Thanks, man.
Has a big-time feel. This is neat.
Going to come to you, Doug, pretty quick.
Okay.
Lobo fans awaiting their New Mexico Lobos. This is the 95th year of football at New Mexico. 84 degrees just before kickoff. The wind will not be a factor, Blaine, and the forecast clear. And the good news, it will cool as the evening wears on.
It's been a warm day today, Craig, close to 90 degrees, but that natural grass surface will cool right off.
It is showtime in Albuquerque. They have sold this stadium out for the first time since it was built back 33 years ago. The series, Brigham Young has won 30, the Lobos 11, one tie. Brigham Young 14-7-1 here in Albuquerque. Doug Miller is right in the thick of things tonight. 30,000 plus, and they're still coming in to University Stadium, Doug.
Headline in the Albuquerque Journal this morning read, fans should fill her up, and I'll tell you they have tonight, Craig. Big-time field here in University Stadium. As the Cougars take the field, you see across the way on the slope an overflow crowd on the big slope by the New Mexico logo around here. The stadium absolutely filled, better than 30,000. This is a record breaker here, and the coin toss underway at the center of the field.
This is what the fans have been waiting for. The appearance of the 1993 New Mexico Lobos, and they are putting on a pregame show.
They've even got fireworks. This is like UNLV basketball here today.
Largest previous crowd back in 1982, and it was against Brigham Young, over 29,000. The largest crowd to see a football game in the state of New Mexico was back in '86. The Lobos, that was the Aggies of New Mexico State taking on UTEP, over 32,000. They could break it tonight.
I think they will. The standing room only crowd, they could push 35,000 here tonight, Craig.
Francione has pumped them up here. He's been making civic club appearances, business appearances, lots of corporate sponsorships. He's drummed up season ticket sales at unparalleled in this stadium. It has an exciting feel to it. You can hear the Lobos howling tonight, the Wolves howling in the stands. Something new that we haven't heard here before.
There's a look at head coach Lavelle Edwards. Edwards begins his 22nd year as the head coach of Brigham Young. Good chance, Blaine, he will crack the 200 win mark this season.
He's been very upbeat this year, more than I've seen him in years, about the football team he has coming back and the experience he has on offense. And he really feels, he doesn't talk about that 200 wins, but he feels this is a football team that can win 11 games in the regular season. They're talking national championship around town in Provo this year, not just WAC championship.
The shadows beginning to settle over University Stadium, and the crowd continues to come in just about a minute now from kickoff.
Today I talked to some Lobo fans around town, Craig, and they said they've been playing on television the replays of the 1980 opener here in New Mexico. Jim McMahon brought a team highly touted into Lobo Stadium, and New Mexico sent them home with a loss, and so they're reminding them of that opener back 13 years ago.
Brigham Young a year ago finished 8 wins, 5 losses, 6-2 in the Western Athletic Conference. They tied for first. Got a chance to play in the Aloha Bowl against Kansas. New Mexico finished 3-8 and 2-6 in the conference under the first-year head coach then of Dennis Francione. He starts his second tonight. Very tough, Blaine, to start a season against an in-conference rival, but even tougher if it's Brigham Young, rated number 19 in the country.
That's true, but it's a good way to fill the stadium up early. The fans want to come out and see what kind of football team they have right off the bat.
Hugo Ojeda has it teed up for New Mexico. He is a righty. He's missing a shoe.
I've never been able to figure that out, Craig. I tried to kick barefooted before, and it just about kills you.
Our kickoff tonight is being brought to you by your Wasatch Front Ford dealers. Quality products and quality people. 1993 is underway in Albuquerque. of the end zone. Brigham Young will start up on their own 20-yard line. At quarterback will be John Walsh. Went down with a shoulder injury game 3 a year ago. He's 6'4", 210. You look at his numbers, Blaine, from a year ago. 52 out of 100, 857 yards, the 9 touchdowns, the 5 picks.
You know, 857 yards for a lot of major college quarterbacks is a season's worth of work, and he played just over 2 games and had that kind of yardage. Great arm John Walsh has. He can get it to the outside. He throws the 18-yard sideline route very well, and it's rare that you find a college quarterback that can throw that.
Gene Wirtz is the referee tonight. We'll get his call. You saw the indication the offsides on the kicking team was declined, so Brigham Young will start at the 20-yard line. It's a big front for John Walsh, average 294 pounds per man. Now, if you add the tight end, Terrence Alioni, about 282.
That's a big group.
Brigham Young will run. Jamal Willis. Knocked out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Reggie Rainier, the outside linebacker, knocked him down. This is our starting lineup brought to you by US West Cellular. It's a big front. Herring, Pilgrim, Simmons, Edwards, and Impey. Impey, 300-pounder, 6'7" in the backfield. Jamal Willis, Hema Heimuli will get the start tonight. Eric Drage, Tyler Anderson, and Terrence Alioni, the tight end. To the ground. Jamal Willis. Jared Anderson, the nose tackle, busted through that front. He's a senior out of Tyler, Texas, number 47.
Roston Thomas, also their great linebacker, up to force the play back inside.
Defensively for New Mexico, Ben Chavez up front. Anderson along with Damon Burris. Billingsley, Moore, Thomas. Defensive backs, boy, Eric Jack's a good one from the shotgun. Heimuli on the counter, and on second effort, back to the 32-yard line. You notice, Blaine, no names on the backs of Brigham Young this year. I understand they may change that by next week.
Yeah, next week they are supposedly will have those back. Boy, New Mexico really fired up early. Coming across the line of scrimmage, Mateo Lona that time, back in the backfield. He was so deep they couldn't trap block him, and he made that first hit on Heimuli.
3rd down, 11 from the shotgun. Brigham Young, Walsh, good protection, now caves in. Down he goes at the 24-yard line. Roston Thomas, the sophomore, along with Mateo Lona.
Mateo Lona, really the heart and soul of that New Mexico defense. He was in the backfield on the last running play, made a good outside move, and then cut back to the inside and just left BYU's offensive line standing there. And Roston Thomas comes in to finish off the job.
4th down and 19. Picked up at the 27-yard line. Takes it back to the 34. Stoney Case will quarterback New Mexico. He's a junior out of Odessa, Texas. Good size at 6'3", 194.
You got to like a guy that wears number 25, Craig. There's the statistics, 164 of 308 for over 2,000 yards last year.
On 1st down, the Lobos go to the air. The catch is made by Zach Wesley, number 28. He's a junior redshirt, hometown product out of Albuquerque. Offensively, up front, Hall, Hankins, Hall, Crowder, Kenny Thomas, the quick tackle. Winslow, Oliver. Watch out for the tailback. Carl Winston, Toronto Bannon. He's a good one. Runs about a 4.340. And the quarterback, Jerron Williams. Right up the middle goes Winslow Oliver. Todd Herget, the right outside backer, got him first. Defensively for Brigham Young, it's a tough front line. Randy Brock, Lenny Gomes. He's one of the captains defensively, along with Greg Pitts and Travis Hall. He'll play the defensive end spot, but truly, he is a linebacker playing up on the front.
Yeah, he plays that strong backer. There's the rest of the linebackers with Hall, Hughes, and Herget. Todd Herget can run the field as well as any linebacker BYU's ever had.
Patrick Mitchell anchors that defensive backfield. Mitchell, a junior out of Waco. First down and 10. They pitch it to Winslow Oliver. Tries to cut it outside. Nice cut inside the 50 down to the 48-yard line. We had Nathan Hall hanging on the outside, able to cut it back, and Brian Hughes, the middle linebacker for Brigham Young, tackled him down at the 46-yard line.
That's what makes Winslow Oliver so effective. Watch the cutback. He comes out. Nathan Hall is trying to be the contained man. He has to hurry, and watch Oliver cut back inside. He's going to get 5 yards because of his cutting ability on that play.
Winslow Oliver, 5'8", 172. He's put on a few pounds since fall camp began. From the I formation, second down 5. Oliver, the workhorse, lowers his shoulder, and he's down at the 45-yard line. Hughes again makes the tackle for Brigham Young. You know, Oliver was the 1992 WAC Freshman of the Year, and those numbers just outstanding. 1,063 yards, the 30th freshman in NCAA history to crack the 1,000-yard barrier. All right, let's go downstairs. Doug Miller.
You're looking at Jamal Willis on the end of the bench there, number 29, halfback for BYU on that second play of the game. Sprained a right ankle. They're not sure how serious yet. Just kind of giving it a little feel there. They've retaped it. Hope that Jamal will be back in the game.
Swarm of white jerseys on top of Winslow Oliver. Travis Hall led the charge. That's not good news, Blaine, because Kalen Hall, the fine running back, also, he could play tonight if needed, but he hurt an ankle back in that fall scrimmage game about 2 weeks ago.
And they can't afford to have both their premier backs with ankle problems. With Travis Hall that time, 56, you saw, that's how you take on a trap block. He stepped into the hole, and when that guard came around, he stepped up and knocked the guard right backwards and makes the tackle.
Fourth down and 4. Mike Nesbitt back to punt. Boy, a high, powering kick. And it will hit 1 yard deep, and they'll bring it out to the 20.
Ray Wilson was within a few feet of being able to catch that in the air, but just a little too long for him.
9:59 to play first quarter in Albuquerque. Brigham Young and New Mexico scoreless. Back after this.
Next week, we do lineups to take some of the heat off. I'll do part of it.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Decide what to trade.
Yeah, we should have talked about that tonight.
Blah, blah, blah.
How you doing, Doug?
All right. Sounds good. And that's going to be a deal if Jamal is hurt.
Oh, yeah. He's up putting some weight on it. Tell him how he feels.
What's Kalen doing?
Kalen is rest. They hope.
Why is he breaking? You're breaking up, Doug.
When he walks, it breaks up.
Kalen is dressed. Boy, it is breaking up. And I wasn't even moving then. Kalen is dressed, but they hope not to play him.
I'll tell you, they had a real good ball. He's got the wheels.
Okay. Let's get another shot at Jamal, too, when we can. Since they're on offense. Hema. When's this drop in? There's the head coach of New Mexico, Dennis Francione. 3-8-0 a year ago. Starts off his second season tonight against Brigham Young. First down for BYU from the 20-yard line. On the ground, Heimuli takes a couple of shots in the back, carries two Lobos down past the 30 to the 32-yard line. There's
Heimuli's stats, 156 yards a year ago. That's BYU's bread and butter play. You know they're going to run that draw trap, Craig, but there's just nothing you can do about it. You've got to respect the pass, and so when Walsh comes off the line of scrimmage, those linebackers drop. You get him a few feet off that line of scrimmage, and that opens up a seam for Mooley.
It reminds you of his brother, Lake. Did that so many times for Brigham Young. First down 10 from the 33-yard line. Back to the ground. Mooley past the 35. He'll rip off 3 yards. It'll be second down.
Exact same play, Craig, there on second down that actually on first down again, the second play, the same play, only the opposite direction.
Dan Coverly made the stop, number 49. Our score updates are brought to you by Christensen Chevrolet Buick Geo, Utah County's #1 auto dealership and a proud sponsor of BYU football. Second down 7. Walsh will opt for the shotgun. In motion is the tight end, Salioni. Good protection. Hooks up with Mooley. Boy, this has been his drive. He twists and turns past the 40, close to the first down marker. Mateo Lona, the linebacker, 55, made the stop.
Smart play by Walsh that time. Instead of flushing out of the pocket and running, he keeps his eyes downfield, just steps to the side to give himself some extra time. And your fullback is always going to be out there underneath the linebackers. He's your safety valve. If you can't find anyone downfield, you're patient, you come underneath the Mooley.
Look at Jamal Willis. Looks like he's going to make a trip to the locker room. Oh, a high stepper. Steve Christensen. Terry Moore, the inside backer for New Mexico, made the stop. But how about that hurdle by Steve Christensen?
They like Christensen's foot speed. He really can turn it on that sweep play, and he gets out of the backfield and catches the ball in the flat very well. Aggressive runner. Let's take a look at it. Isolation shot on Christensen. This is what he sees. He goes up over the top. Going to jump over Pilgrim there and gets the legs taken out from under him.
Clock running. Coming up on the 8-minute mark, first quarter. Scoreless in Albuquerque. Brigham Young, New Mexico. Flags are down. The catch is made at the 45-yard line. Mooley again hooking up with Walsh. Coverly, number 49, hanging on the back of Mooley.
Indication holding BYU. While we're waiting for the call, a little update on Jamal. They have taken him to the Lobos dressing room to x-ray the ankle. They don't think it's that serious. It's precautionary at this point, but they have it iced, and they've taken him off the field, and they are not sure Willis will be back this half.
The officials tonight, tough job. Referee Gene Wirtz, the umpire Dave Orvis. Blaine, talk about, everybody's got to warm up. Everybody's got to warm up to this game, players, but also the officials got to get back in the groove.
They do. They have to. This is their first game of the year. They have to get those eyes trained to see everything. They can't watch the football. They've got to watch what's going on in the entire field, a lot like we have to watch a game, Craig. And there's a penalty that Lavelle Edwards would like to see changed. The holding penalty goes from the point of the infraction. So if you're a throwing team and your tackle's 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage, it becomes a 19-yard penalty. And he wants to see that taken from the line of scrimmage, but he hasn't had much luck getting the NCAA to change that rule.
There's Lavelle Edwards. Season openers, he is 12-9. Nighttime openers, 7-6.
He does not like to play night football games, and he's made that known. And he doesn't like to open with a whack team, so he's got a double whammy here tonight.
And he's on the road. Second down 23 from the 31-yard line. From the shotgun is Walsh. Drage. Flags again fall. Oh, nice step. Drage still up, and it took 3 Lobos to bring him down. Boy, nimble-footed is Eric Drage. Herb McKinley, the left corner. And Drage gets up, says, okay, Herb, we'll meet again before the night is out, but a flag is down at the 30.
BYU had 3 receivers to the left. The inside receiver was Eric Drage. They cleared out with the outside guys. You see those 2 clear-outs out in front with Doman and Matsuzaki. And Drage has a real start and stop way to run. If you've noticed, he starts going, lets the guy run by as he stops, and then starts it up again. Somebody moved on the outside early, one of those 3 outside receivers, and New Mexico elected to take the play. They stopped there, Drage for just a short gain, and it'll make it 3rd and long.
He picked up 6 on second down. Now 3rd and 17 for Brigham Young. And back to the shotgun. There's Walsh. Here comes the blitz. Wall steps up in trouble, and down he goes for the second time tonight. Ben Chavez, big number 99. The left side defensive end got to him, but boy, what pressure came right through that offensive line of Brigham Young.
The guy that has not been able to be stopped. BYU cannot stop Mateo Lona, Craig. He was the one that forced Walsh to step up in the pocket. Watch him come through 55. Christensen is supposed to pick him up, and he's the one that forces Walsh up into the pocket, which allows Chavez to make the tackle. They have not stopped Mateo Lona on a pass play yet, Craig.
Mateo Lona, 6'1", 230. It's like a fire plug coming in there, breaking through any little hole he can find. Under 7 minutes, a low snap, but the kick is away. Alan Boardman. Outside goes number 87, Joey Kowalczyk, and a big return past midfield inside the 40, and they'll mark him out at the 36-yard line.
And Boardman had to make the tackle. You don't want your punter to make the tackle. Boardman had to make the tackle on that one.
There is a flag at the 30-yard line. Gene Wirtz will give us the call.
Tremendous.
We have illegal position against the offense. Penalties declined. We have a first down. Timeout. Television.
Thank you, Gene. We will take a timeout. 6:42 to play in the quarter. The Lobos knocking on the door. They'll start up at the 36 after this.
That's great. Timeout.
Timeout TV.
Television.
Thank you, Gene.
I'll tell you what they did. They got the containment. They decked Dennis Simmons.
Yeah. Kowalczyk, he's a kid that had shoulder surgery in the spring, and now he's just
Mateo Lona was in the backfield on every play so far. He's killing
He's
it.
shooting the gap.
He's playing back or he's blitzing every play. Hey, we got to talk about later. Punting is a concern. 2 punts, both just low shanks.
Yeah.
And that's when you have a return where you don't get any hang time. So we can talk about that. Brand new punter, area of a concern.
Terry,
Watch Simmons get decked.
you wanted to begin the second quarter with, I've got the little bit with a uniform. I've got a new uniform out here, and we can talk about it if you need a little transition there to begin the second quarter. I am now in uniform.
Sweating my butt off from the beginning there.
Oh, man.
I could be going in for Jamal here soon.
What's that? I think when the sun goes down, it'll cool off more. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Anything you want different?
No, man, it's good. All right.
Yeah.
Doug's talking too much, but other than that, it's okay.
Yeah, maybe we can get him off next week.
This is a good definition of a fine punt return. Joey Kowalczyk sees a little opening, Blaine, on the far outside, takes it back 30 yards, and New Mexico looking good right now.
They had the so-called picket fence set up that time, and you don't want to have your punter make the tackle. You're going to be in trouble.
Downfield, the catch is pulled down. Zach Wesley. Tough throw. Stony Case on the run to his left. Still got the ball with some good spring on it.
The last couple of years watching Stony Case, that's the thing that's impressed me most is how well he throws on the run. He can throw just as well going to his left as he does to his right. And you've got to respect the outside speed of both Zach Wesley and O'Bannon. So you're going to play off a little bit. He'll drive like he's going deep and turn to the out. Watch Stony Case just put the ball on Zach Wesley on the sideline.
The pitch, Oliver. Well, he likes contact. He doesn't wait for it to come to you. He goes to you. Nate Hall, number 49, waited for him and put a helmet on Winslow Oliver. Little guy, 5'8", 172.
And don't let that size fool you, though. He gets the ball a lot. He's a single back and a one-back set, so if they're going to run the ball, they're going to give it to Oliver. But he bench presses almost 360 pounds, which is amazing for a man that only weighs 107.
Double his weight.
It is amazing. He's very sturdy, very strong, compact body.
Second down for New Mexico. The slot man is Kowalczyk. Little option, the pitch. Oliver cuts it outside. Takes a hard hit. Flags come down. Patrick Mitchell, the right corner, really hit him. But a flag down at the 12.
The offense that New Mexico is running, Craig, puts a lot of pressure on your defense. Case moves so well, has such good feet. The initial call holding on New Mexico. He moves so well and he's so quick, you've got to respect his running ability. Then he can pull it up and throw it on you, and now they're running the option. So it's like having to prepare for Air Force and San Diego State and University of Utah all at once because they run all of those offenses.
Penalty, still second down.
First mistake of the night for New Mexico. 5:49 to play in the quarter, and that will bring the football back just inside the 23-yard line of Brigham Young. Dennis Franchione in his second year. Now, some former coaches here at New Mexico have stated publicly they're surprised he's got a lot of things done in a short period of time.
Really has. Last year they're only 3-8, but they were much more competitive. They did get blown off the field like they had the last 6 or 7 years.
Lenny Gomes breaks through, but Stoney Case able to get the ball away, and the catch is pulled down by Toronto Bannon. They like this young man, number 82. The pro scouts have been in here all fall. Guy runs a 4.3940. That is NFL material.
And he also bench presses 330 pounds. That's tremendous for a wide receiver. There's his statistics in 92.
They have over 60 members of this team this year that can bench press 300. That's an amazing stat.
And there's Stoney Case. So much pressure on a secondary. When Case comes down the line of scrimmage, do you come up and help out because he's going to run the option? Do you drop back and cover your receiver? So Case right now putting a lot of pressure on that secondary of BYU.
He's a senior from Los Angeles. First down 10 from the 12-yard line. Case keeps it. And he goes. Touchdown, New Mexico. Stoney Case. He can pass and he can run.
You know, he's come down that line of scrimmage 3 or 4 times now, pitched that option out to Winslow Oliver. This time he just kind of leaned that way, got the linebacker to lean out, and turned it up the seam for the score.
Number 6, Nathan Vale will try the point after. Low snap, and it is
Wide
to the left. Wide left. So New Mexico on the scoreboard first. A 12-yard run by Stoney Case. 6-0. Back after this. Yeah. I was just going to do it right when he ran.
Hey, if BYU doesn't have Willis or Hall,
Trouble.
they could be in trouble. Walsh is looking a little jittery in there right now. Hey, it's
Barry, I don't know why this is breaking up. I can't believe it's that sensitive, the transmitter, just to my movement. I think there must be a loose wire somewhere.
You have a hard line down there at all, Doug?
I don't know. Trying to move things around to see if anything's 1, 2, 3, level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That seemed to be it right there. 1, 2, 3. That's just 1, 2, 3.
Christensen and Tyler Anderson back.
Remember, fans, your season tickets for the 1993-1994 Global Basketball season. Call the Athletic Ticket Office or stop by any Ticketmaster location.
Finally, I feel a breeze.
Yeah,
Finally.
cooled off a lot.
Hugo Ojeda will kick off for New Mexico.
Say that till we see him.
The kick by Hugo Ojeda. 7 yards deep. Boy, 2 kicks tonight. He's got a strong foot indeed. And here's the touchdown run one more time from the quarterback, Stoney Case. Boy, reads the backers, finds a little hole, and squeezes through. 12-yard touchdown.
You see the corner, Vic Tarleton, number 10, was on the top of your screen. He had to go out and cover Oliver. Oliver's been getting 5 to 10 yards each pitch out, and as soon as he stepped out there, Stoney Case turned it up. 4 plays, 36 yards. Didn't take very long. Minute and 5 seconds after that big punt return, Case goes in for the 11 yards out.
First down from the 20 for Brigham Young. Steve Christensen gets the call. And the Lobos on top of him, Mateo Lona, along with Eric Jack, the right corner, number 3. Christensen, a senior out of Clovis, California. He was a former walk-on back in '87.
BYU sealing good on the backers, but you've got Eric Jack, the corner out there. He didn't read pass at all. He just stayed right at home out in the flat. They've run 4 or 5 draws in a row here now, and now the New Mexico defense is starting to sit.
Second down, quick drop. Little catch made, and a big collision along the far sideline. Micah Matuzaki. Herb McKinley put the helmet on him. Good to see Matuzaki. He's battled injuries all through his career. Great possession receiver.
Really is. Finally, last year, they redshirted him to give him a year to heal up and to get back into things, and he'll catch the ball if you throw it out to him.
Ernst Tolman Nursery is proud to be a sponsor of BYU football. Ernst, always the right value, always. Third down, 3 for Brigham Young. Christensen finds a hole up the middle. Oh, he's upfitting at the 35, and not before he got the first down. McKinley, the left cornerback, tripped him up, and will mark it at the 36-yard line. First down, Brigham Young.
Great offensive line surge that time, Craig. When you get the defense back off the line of scrimmage, you allow your back to have this cutback option. He's going to cut back. That was originally designed to go off right tackle. BYU's line had such penetration into the defense that Christensen could cut that back and get an additional 5 yards.
Little misread as Walsh took a quick step back. Blaine, audible at the line?
What happened was BYU does sight adjustments. If a safety comes on a blitz and he doesn't call an audible on the line, they expect the receivers to read the safety blitz. Walsh read the safety blitz. Haymuli was the inside receiver and should have gone out to the flat. That's where Walsh was throwing it. Haymuli went straight up the field. You got to think if you're going to be a receiver at BYU.
Lavelle Edwards in a very familiar pose. 4:10 to play, opening quarter. Brigham Young down 6. Play action. Walsh slings it near side, and the catch pulled down at the 45-yard line. I guess who? Yeah, Drage. If the ball's near him, he'll pull it down. Eric Jack on coverage, the right cornerback.
Big defensive huddle on the BYU sidelines. Ken Schmidt working with a defensive line. They are not satisfied with the pressure that they put on the Lobos that series, the scoring series. Trying to make some adjustments. Dick Feld up in the press box radioing down some technique and blocking changes they hope will make a difference in the next offensive series for the Lobos.
And Mooley, the slot back. Christensen gets the carry, and he is ridden down. Terry Moore, he'll lose 2. Terry Moore, a senior. For both their inside backers, Blaine, for New Mexico, not big. Mateo Lona, 6'1", Moore's 5'8". Squatty guys, but they got a lot of beef on them.
When you figure Terry Moore at 5'8", weighs 234 pounds, you can see him there. He's a load, and he's hard to move. He's got big legs, and you can see the size of his arms.
Are those arms?
Yeah,
I thought it was his legs.
Looks like he has legs on all 4 in all 4 areas there. He is a big man.
Boardman will kick. And the last time this guy got his hands on the football, watch out. This one a little bit more hang time. Kowalczyk at the 10. And the special teams, good coverage, fumble on the play. Brigham Young football. T.D. Beagle, number 45, playing that special teams, had a brother, Rocky, who played some fine linebacker for Brigham Young a couple years ago.
What makes the difference in the coverage this time, Craig, is the hang time that Boardman has. The first 2 punts, there was no hang time. You see the ball come out there, and a mad dash, and Beagle's the one that comes up with it.
First down from the 19-yard line. First turnover of this game. 3:15 to play, opening quarter. 6-0 New Mexico. The pitch, Christensen. He stopped, and the Lobos just ate him up. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Ray Wilson, the free safety.
Boy, in the backfield, there was a major collision that time between Roston Thomas, the linebacker for New Mexico, and big Eli Herring, and the fans thought that Eli held there. You could hear the boos in the crowd. They wanted a holding penalty. Roston Thomas didn't make the tackle, but he had enough penetration that he forced the running back deeper into the backfield, and that's what makes the play.
Second down, chain from the 19. Shotgun. Walsh. All day to throw. Hooks up Dolman. Touchdown, Brigham Young. Dolman was not the primary receiver.
Nice job by Walsh that time.
Walsh really cool. If you have a chance to watch him in the pocket, just a step ahead of the defender, gets it away, and then takes a pretty good bump. Walsh really looking cool.
Saw that stat, 48 consecutive games with a touchdown pass.
Ongoing NCAA record, amazing.
Boy, Dolman had some acceleration after he caught that ball getting to the end zone. He left Mateolona in the dust.
Joe Herrick will try the point after. The kick is up and through the uprights. So Brigham Young on the scoreboard for the first time in 1993. Walsh to Dolman.
Take a look at it. Walsh is trying to go out to his left. Now there's excellent protection this time by the offensive line. Walsh looks a little nervous in there, but he had the time to step up. He kept his awareness and found Dolman out in the flat. He worked his way back to the quarterback. And as I mentioned, he just accelerated away from Mateolona.
Dolman, a junior from Salt Lake City, played his high school ball at Skyline.
Ironically, one of the first players to sprint out and congratulate him, Caleb Hall. Looking pretty fit on that ankle.
Understand, too, Jamal Willis should be back.
Jamal Willis is just being carted back onto the field now, just behind the BYU bench. Right ankle still taped and iced. We haven't heard the results of the x-ray yet. I'll get that to you in a minute.
Jamal getting some taxi service tonight. As you can see, that ankle heavily taped with some ice on it.
Well, he's taking his sock with him. That's a good sign, isn't it, Craig?
Maybe you can take a shot here. The doctors are examining the x-rays right now behind the BYU bench. Jamal's still hopping there, not putting any weight on that right ankle. We'll keep you posted.
O'Bannon and Oliver back to receive. Called a dangerous return man. O'Bannon kicks the football, fumble on the field, still loose at the 20-yard line. And it's going to be New Mexico football. Oliver was able to cover up the fumble by O'Bannon. There's a scoring drive, 15 seconds off the clock.
Mistakes, big punt return, gets the ball in the end zone for New Mexico, and then a fumbled punt by New Mexico gets the ball in the end zone for BYU. O'Bannon that time, that's just a case of the old, I'm looking for a hole before I catch the football.
First and 10 from the 19-yard line. O'Bannon is the slot man. Lobos with a lot of different formations. Oliver gets the call, tries to scoot up the middle, but Greg Pitts, the right tackle, played off the tackle and made the stick. Pitts, 6'5", 280 on a provo.
I'm sure as Ken Schmidt and Dick Feld discussed with the defense what they needed to do, one of those things was to get better penetration. You can't allow Stoney Case to come down that line of scrimmage without being in his way. That time Brian Hughes stepped up and Pitts stalemated the offensive lineman. That was how they got the tackle.
2-yard gain for Winslow Oliver. Play action. Case going up top, throws it in the backfield to Oliver, and he is just hammered by Nate Hall. Well, they like to get a linebacker on a tailback. They got what they wanted, but Nathan Hall at 225 able to ride him down.
This is the kind of route a linebacker can cover. Oliver goes into the line of scrimmage, and Hall's got to account for him anyhow, and then he just runs a little bit of an out. When you'll see a mismatch is if you get a guy like Nathan Hall trying to chase Winslow Oliver up the sideline. That's when you'll see a big one. But Nathan Hall very capable of covering Oliver on that.
A loss of 1 yard, 3rd down 9. Case on the rollout. He's got a man wide open. Carl Winston. And he leans up near the 45-yard line. Winston, a 6-foot senior. Todd Herget, the right outside backer, had to chase him down. A first down for the Lobos.
Winston is the possession receiver for the Lobos. He started 32 straight games, Craig, and this is the 35th straight game that he's had a catch. That was a rocket out of Stoney Case's arm. That thing had some velocity on it. And Winston, just a great clutch. Doesn't have the great speed that O'Bannon has, but has a way to get open. And if the ball's out there, he never drops the football.
They go from the pass to the run. Oliver is shut down. Try to cut it outside, but Nathan Hall shut the lane down. Number 49 out of Richardson, Texas.
The X-ray on Jamal Willis's ankle is, we understand, is negative, Craig. No break there. So they're going to retape it and see how it feels when they get it taped up. And if he can go, he'll be back.
Isn't it amazing you can have an X-ray at a football game? You just take you. And this new facility is the reason. I mean, it's going to be something.
It really is.
The second phase will begin this fall. Coaches' offices upstairs, the weight room downstairs. Oh, the big hit. Casey Mazzata. Jerron Williams, the tight end, over the middle. Nice dump pass from Stoney Case.
The thing that made this, you see Winslow Oliver down the sideline, spread the defense out in that little seam, and boy, that's got to hurt, but it hurts a lot less when you come down with the football.
And a first down for New Mexico. Under a minute to play, first quarter. Case on the option. Finally pitches it. It will roll out of bounds. The pitch man was Marcellus Davis, number 29. Stoney Case really trying to string out Brigham Young's front. And he ran, what, 15 yards before he decided to pitch, and he over-tossed Davis.
I'll tell you, that starts to wear on a defensive lineman. When you play against like an Air Force academy that runs the wishbone all day long, you get tired of chasing Case, a guy like Case, up and down the line of scrimmage. There's Case's number 6 of 6. That's not too bad, huh?
Hey, he's played well against Brigham Young. 2 years ago, a game we did down here, 22 of 52, 351 yards and 3 touchdowns. He does very well on this football field. Guns it downfield, the catch made at the 30-yard line. Leaning forward to the 28 is Carl Winston. You know what I like about this guy? He does it on the football field. He does it in the classroom. 2-time academic all-WAC. Wow.
That is something. I mean, football takes a lot of time out of your schedule, and to be able to have the grades to go along with that is really something. There he is, Carl Winston.
178-pounder out of Los Angeles. First and 10 from the Cougar 28-yard line. Case. Well, he took a shot. First one to meet him was Brian Hughes, along with Travis Hall. That ends the first quarter in Albuquerque. The Lobos trying to sneak another one in. Brigham Young on top, 7-6. Back after this.
Terry, you think you got time to do that uniform bid coming out? Terry.
They really are sold out.
Think you got time to do that little uniform bid coming out?
What a crowd.
I mean, every seat's full, and you got people over there, over here. Look at people out trying to
get in.
I don't know if they're trying to get in or they're just down for treats.
I bet you they got 35 in here.
Well, if you want to save it for later, we can. I just thought if
University of New Mexico is proud to sponsor sports next week.
7 of 7. Boy, he's hot. You see Case throwing the ball down?
Yeah.
He's just
He's throwing it down, but you know what? On the run, he's very impressive.
he's really good at the run. He's got great fundamentals. He really does. What's that?
testing the new batteries have a low level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hey, you're not even breaking up. 7 of 7 for 84 yards right now.
Jamal's got the shoe on.
And the TD. Yes.
They're lacing him up.
the rushing touchdown.
Yeah, rushing touchdown.
Everything's fine. Sounds good.
And a look at University Stadium here on the campus of New Mexico. What a crowd. The first sellout in 33 years. And they are liking it. 7-6 right now, Brigham Young. Case. That ball got tipped at the line of scrimmage, out of bounds, incomplete. Going downfield for Carl Winston.
Winston was well covered that time. Patrick Mitchell and Vic Tarleton both out in that general vicinity. Stoney Case, impressive fundamentals on the run. When you're rolling out, you've got to get your hips and your shoulders square to the line of scrimmage before you can throw, and he does it so well, even when he runs to the left. A lot of velocity on the ball.
Third down, 11. The first minute of the second quarter. 7-6, Brigham Young. Oliver in motion. He wanted to dump it quick, didn't he? Case is pulled down. He'll lose a couple. It will be fourth down as Randy Brock reached in. Well, it looked like that time Oliver, they wanted to scoot him out of the backfield for a quick little dump.
Yeah, he had two receivers. He had Oliver and his tight end. He wanted his tight end to just do a quick look in. Oliver didn't get out, and the tight end got slammed at the line of scrimmage, so he had nobody to go to in football.
Nathan Vale, who missed that extra point after the Case touchdown in the first quarter, will try a field goal. They'll mark it at the 40. 50-yard attempt. The kick is up. No good. Just far to the left. Wide left.
He had the distance on that one, Craig, to make that field goal. Just a little bit left.
Some disappointing news here on the sideline, too, for Jamal Willis. Kalen Hall there, you see consoling Jamal right now. He did not pass what they call the functional test. The x-rays were negative, meaning no break, no fracture in the ankle or anything like that. But apparently the sprain is severe enough that he's having considerable pain in the right ankle. Jamal Willis gone for the night.
And that's going to put a lot of pressure on the backups of Steve Christensen and Hema Hemuli. I'll tell you, Blaine, that's the 1-2 punch everybody's been talking about. Kalen Hall, Jamal Willis in the same backfield. And that really takes away a couple of big threats for Brigham Young. On the screen is Christensen. He dances down the far sideline. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Teolona, 55, the inside backer, chased him out, a 7-yard pickup.
Christensen's just out there on a little screen pass, and we'll see Eli Herring and Evan Pilgrim out on the right, out there helping him out. See Big Pilgrim, number 70, out in front helping out. You got to be brave to be a cornerback and step up and take Evan Pilgrim on. A lot of pressure on the backs to perform, but also on John Walsh. Extra pressure on his shoulders to throw the football well. We don't have those two running backs in there.
Susaki, the motion man, Hemuli. Big hole off the left side, and he is pulled down. Got a first down at the 47-yard line. Sharper and Wilson teamed up to put the hit on Hemuli. Well, Hamer's showing some good speed, some good slashing style of run. 6'2", 210. Born in Tonga.
Hemuli, a good fullback. Evan Pilgrim on the trap block again. That draw trap that BYU runs. You get Hema Hemuli into the secondary, and he can do the job for you. Kind of overshadowed by Willis and Hall, but Hema Hemuli is just about as good as anybody BYU's had back here.
Walsh on the rollout. First down. Behind. Ducks trouble. Downfield, he's got Drage. Incomplete at the 30-yard line. Herb McKinley recovered and put the hit on Drage. He about pulled that one down.
John Walsh was scrambling back to his left. He could just feel the defender coming, duck underneath, and that ball was thrown behind Drage. And Drage had to try to go back and get it. Had that been out in front, he would have made the catch easily.
Second down 10. The 48-yard line. Shotgun Walsh. Heavy pressure. Walsh nearly had his hat ripped off, and he goes down. Mateo Lona and Ben Chavez. I'd say Mateo Lona all over the place. He can slash it inside.
And Walsh complaining that there was a face mask call. Now, let's see if he gets the face mask. You can grab onto a guy's helmet as long as you don't touch that face mask. So let's see if he gets an ear hole or a face mask. Almost pulls his helmet right around backwards. Hard to tell if he had a hold of that mask or just a hold of the helmet. But it looked, looked to me like he had the helmet. Walsh complaining. It looks like the official said, "Hey, he had a hold of your helmet."
Hey, they like to do that. You fix your hat, right? You look around and guess who's there? Ben Chavez, 270-pounder. In the shotgun, third down, 15. Walsh stands up, takes a hard hit, incomplete. Damon Burris. They like him.
Damon Burris is humongous.
3'11", 6'3".
Huge for a defensive lineman. Your defensive linemen are usually a little lighter than the offense. Watch him right in the center of your screen, 75. That's what you call a bull rush. He just uses his strength to go right over the top of Evan Pilgrim and lower the boom on John Walsh.
Well, Pilgrim's 275, but when you talk about a 311-pounder, he's talking like he's a little guy. That's Baby Huey coming in on you. High snap. Kick away. Good kick off the foot of Boardman. And it bounces into the end zone. The freshman is Alan Boardman out of Kanab. Timeout in Albuquerque. 12:27 to play in the half. Brigham Young 7, New Mexico 6.
Start doubling. They would keep the backs in and doubling. The reason Burris got the tackle is because Mateo Lona was right in the seam, and he slid in behind him and made the tackle. Why would he be so hard to block? He's not that huge.
No, quick.
I guess that's what it is. Yeah, I've been kind of watching them. I've been watching that monitor a little bit. There hasn't been anything real. No, there hasn't been anything real. Any trends yet? I will. Okay, thanks, Russ. Bye.
Take a little shot of Roger French here coming out.
You got Roger there?
Little shot right here. Come around where you can see the coach. Right there, right there.
Stoney Case and the New Mexico Lobos ready to go at the 20-yard line. Look at those numbers. 7 of 8 in the first half for 84 yards. At one point, Blaine, he was 7 for 7. O'Bannon, the motion man. Winslow Oliver. Oh, got tripped up. Stumbles up near the 25-yard line, but they're going to mark his knee down at the 23. Roger French, Mr. Intensity, Doug Miller.
Conducting one of his cool and calm discussions with the offensive line there behind the Cougar bench. He said just a minute ago, get off your feet, keep your feet moving, quit playing flat-footed football here, and he said it in such a cool, calm way too.
I bet he did.
He's upset at the blitz, the amount of pressure that the Lobos are getting on Walsh right now. They're working on some blocking assignments, trying to cool that off.
Second down 8. Case standing up there all day. Pump and go, and just overthrows O'Bannon. Boy, another step, and he was looking at a big 6.
And that's hard to do. It's hard to overthrow O'Bannon with the speed that he has, but he really didn't have a chance to kick it into 5th gear. He ran it out and up. He went out to the sideline, then planted his foot and went up on the streak down the sideline and was not really going full speed. Great protection for Stoney Case on that one.
Good definition of what a pocket is. Totally surrounded, steps up, you got 3 or 4 yards to kind of roam in there, move the feet.
Notice the experience with Case, too. Just stood right in there, was not nervous a bit.
3rd down. Hooks up with Kowalczyk. He sheds a tackler, and a 1st down for New Mexico at the 32-yard line. Lozada came over, but a little mismatch there. Lozada at 190, and Kowalczyk got that tight end size, around 200 pounds.
Just running a quick out. Again, watch Stoney Case set his feet, step to the receiver, and great velocity on the football. He gets that out there so quickly that Mazzota doesn't have a chance to break on Kowalczyk at all.
First and 10 from the 32. Chopped down by the big guy, Gomes. Lenny Gomes, all whack a year ago. Some words exchanged. Gomes says, hey, I'll take over, keep your cool. Nathan Hall.
Gomes, they say, absolutely the emotional leader of this team. In last night's team meetings, Gomes was the guy that delivered the emotional talk to his teammates. Lenny Gomes, what a kid.
That's what they need out of Lenny Gomes, is that penetration. He was 3 yards deep in the backfield, and that cuts the angles down for your running backs. The further you are in the backfield, the less area they have to roam, and if you're going to get a hold of Oliver, you've got to be back there.
2-yard loss as Gomes broke through to get the little guy Oliver. 2nd down, 12. Just under 11 minutes to play in the half. On the rollout is Case. He's floating downfield and steps out of bounds at the 40-yard line, 2 yards shy of the 1st down. Brian Hughes covered a lot of yards to finally run him out.
You've got to contain the quarterback, keep him in the pocket, not let him get outside. Travis Hall was the linebacker on the line of scrimmage, and watch him get his feet knocked out from under him. Watch number 56, just on the right of your screen. Right there, he was just getting back up. A good cut block by Oliver allows Case to turn that corner and pick up the 8 yards.
3rd down, 2 from the 40-yard line. In this backfield set. Marcellus Davis, the motion man. They pitch it to Oliver and tries to get the 1st down. I don't think he got it. I do not think he got it. Hall and Hughes teamed up to put Oliver down.
2 inside backers. New Mexico in the power I formation. 3 backs in the backfield.
Only a yard gain. It will be 4th and short.
Hard to play power football with the size BYU has on that front. They've been successful going down the line of scrimmage and getting outside, and on 3rd and 2 elect to take it right at the heart of that defense, and that's going to be tough to do.
Mike Johnston and Eric Drage. Mike Nesbitt will kick for New Mexico. Big defensive series in this 1st half for Brigham Young. High kick, good hang time. Johnston in the 10. A 6-yard return to the 16-yard line. Good kick by Mike Nesbitt. 9:59 to play in the half, and Brigham Young will start up from the 16-yard line. Timeout. BYU on top of New Mexico. It's a close one, 7-6. Back after this.
Hey, Bowler.
Yo.
I've got this jersey bit down here. Maybe the first penalty flag you have.
Okay.
I'll stay real close to the cameraman, and as soon as you can come down to us, you know, with 10 or 15 seconds to blab, will come to me.
Okay. Is that the sellout one you mean? Or?
Oh, no. This is the Cougars New Jersey,
okay,
and the no-name business and all that.
dinner for two at the Cooper's restaurant.
Jamal's on crutches now, huh?
Larry T's at the 10-yard line at the south end of University Stadium. And thanks to the Cooperage for supporting the Lobos.
Hey, how about a shot of Jamal on crutches? Is that a possibility? Here's a move from the table.
You can bet it's not only killing him, but I bet Caitlin Hall's just going nuts standing down there.
Chad Knowles is in there too now, 21. Okay. It's the right ankle, huh?
He's got the shoe and the tape on.
Yeah, it is the right ankle.
Look at those calves.
I'll give you a little line if you have time.
Stop by your neighborhood First National Bank office and order your Lobo checks today.
Jamal Willis watching this game with the help of some crutches, sprained an ankle. Second play of the game. Brigham Young, Mooley. He is stopped at the line of scrimmage by Mateo Lona, along with Reggie Rainier. Very active linebackers. New Mexico, very quick.
I think that's what BYU's having trouble with right now, not dealing with the strength of the New Mexico defense, but their quickness. So quick, and they're doing a lot of stunning. The backers will come to the inside one time, to the outside the next. They're having a hard time keeping track of Mateo Lona and Rainier.
John Walsh looking at second down 9. Play action. Stands on the run now. Got a lane at the 20. And he is popped at the 24-yard line. Eric Jack and Damon Burst. Another example of pursuit. We got a Cougar down on a knee back at the 7-yard line.
Get a guy like Damon Burst at 311 pounds. That looks like Eli Herring.
It's Andy Gleason, I believe. No, I beg your pardon, number 76 for the Cougars.
Yeah, Eli Herring.
Eli Herring, yeah.
You also looked at Jimmy Edwards right there in your picture. He broke a thumb, and he is wearing, well, it looks like one of those boxing gloves, but it's wrapped up.
Saw a picture of Eli there. Now he's next to George Curtis. Now George Curtis is not a small man, Craig. And yeah, there's the boxing glove that Jimmy Edwards has on. I don't know. You think he could use that as a weapon?
The offensive linemen, they just get nicked up week after week. Keep coming and keep playing. Just tape me up, coach.
Look at the size of Herring. 335-pounder, 6'8".
Out of Springfield.
If he fell on you, it would hurt, let alone hit you.
You're not kidding.
If you tried to run around him, it'd take you 2 plays to get there.
Yep. Third down 2 for Brigham Young. Quick step and a quick throw. Eric Drage had to come back for it. Now a late flag on the far side. Tyler Anderson got hooked up with Eric Jack. And they have to measure this, but hold on. We'll see what the flag's all about.
Well, Walsh threw that back up the field. Drage had to go back and get it. He had plenty for the first down.
Something new for the BYU Cougars this year. New jerseys. Have you noticed that, Craig?
Yeah, nameless.
Yeah, and a little different in appearance, too, as you look at number 35 here, a reserve jersey. They have a little black pinstripe outline around the numbers, gives them a little better contrast, they say, for TV shots. The new pants, also a little black and the shiny kind of appearance. And something else new this year, no name on the back of the jerseys. But the team members concerned about that. They talked to the captains last week, went to LaBelle, said, we want the name on the back of the jerseys. So next week on the blue home jerseys, you'll see Cougar names on the back. They'll print them up this week.
Only Doug could fit into those pants.
Yeah, this is a triple XL, just my size.
The call was holding against New Mexico.
Matsuzaki was trying to get off the line of scrimmage on the far side of the field, opposite of where Walsh threw the football, and was just latched onto.
First down, Brigham Young from the 34-yard line. Mooley lines up in the slot. Handoff, Christensen. Boy, he is popped and pushed back. Got a couple of yards. Terry Moore. A couple of cases, a second effort on both sides of the ball.
What a difference a couple of years makes. This New Mexico team very fired up. Here's Christian. You see, great balance and good speed. He's going to pop out. Mateo Lona, of course, in there. But New Mexico 3 years ago would have given up on that play. And now you've got guys flying all over the field. Second effort. Much better effort on the New Mexico defense.
Lobo player slow to get up.
There's Kalen Hall. You saw the back over there, number 24.
Terrence Sharper, number 37, being helped off the field. Interesting story about Terrence Sharper. Wide receiver who turns defensive back, and they consider him one of the more physical guys on the football field.
Usually the receivers aren't that way. Yeah. New Mexico's got some real weightlifters among that receiver group, and they moved him over to just take a look, and he was so good in the spring. They said, hey, we're going to start with him. That's how good he was.
Brigham Young on top of New Mexico, 7-6, coming up on the 8-minute mark of the second quarter. Lobos bring it. Walsh sidesteps trouble. Throws the big ball to Drage. Complete and not a flag. Boy, there was a battle going on between Drage and Charles, is that number 9? Yeah, Charles Butler. Yeah, Butler.
Boy, and Drage
out of Dallas. Boy, what a battle there for the football.
Drage was infuriated, thought he was interfered with, but when that ball is up in the air, if you're a defensive back and you're looking back for the football, and you take a look here and you be the official, you look. If he's looking back for the football and there's contact, the officials are going to let you get away with it. Does he look back? He's looking back for the football. They're both trying to get to it. They'll never call that pass interference.
3rd down, 7 from the shotgun. High snap. Walsh back downfield. Up goes number 87, Matsuzaki. And he makes the catch. McKinley on the coverage and a first down for Brigham Young. I haven't seen Micah in so long. I got to get used to seeing 87 back there on the football field. Redshirted last year, had a little shoulder problem in fall practice, but boy, he's a guy. He and Drage, if they stay healthy, 2 of the best possession receivers in the WAC.
Speaking of shoulder problems, they say Eli Herring has a partial separation of his shoulder, pretty painful. He's sitting out for a while on the bench. They're not sure if he'll be back.
Flags fly. Christensen wrapped up. Mateo Lona back in that Cougar backfield again, but hold on. 3 flags on the field.
You know, it looks like BYU gave up on that play early. You can't do that. Somebody moved and knew they moved on that. They knew that they moved on the right side, and then they gave up. Mateo Lona comes through and makes a tackle. Now New Mexico can decline this penalty and have a 10-yard loss. You've got to make a play even when you know the flags are down. Aha, offsetting.
Gene Wirtz with the call. So let's do it again.
We have motion against the offense, offside against the defense, penalties offset, replay the down.
Everyone on the field a little anxious that time, Craig. BYU's got to be happy with that because they just didn't get it done on that play. Everyone gave up.
Inside that Cougar huddle, the penalties to this point in the game, only 1 flag against Brigham Young for 17 yards, 2 for 20 against New Mexico. From midfield, 7.5 minutes to play and a half. Boy, points hard to come by tonight. Walsh from the shotgun. Downfield, catch is made out of bounds by Bryce Dolman. Close to the first down. He'll be an inch or 2 short. Dolman Jr.
Isolate a little on that offensive line, Craig. I think the Cougars are doing a little better job with blocking assignments. Walsh with more time, with a little more composure in that pocket, it seems.
Yeah, time will cure all ills.
That's right, and if there's a way to block a defense, take a look at the passing yards. New Mexico out throwing BYU 94-7. If there's a way to block a defense, Roger French knows it. And I'm sure he's made some changes to help that out there.
What a play. 2nd down and short. And they bring the backer.
Somebody missed that assignment, huh?
Actually, the nose tackle, he wears a backer number, Jared Anderson, number 47. He wasn't even maybe going to play tonight because of a bad knee. No sign of a bad wheel there.
Looked plenty quick, and it looks like they had a trapping guard that time, pulling the left guard, Jim Edwards, and looks like as he tried to cut back, the Christensen tripped over Edwards' legs, but it was because of the penetration.
A loss of a yard. 3rd down 2. Walsh throws. Looking for Drage. Incomplete at the 5-yard line.
Boy, that's good coverage.
Herb McKinley, stride for stride.
That's just terrific coverage. You want to get inside the receiver. You want to be running with him with your back to the receiver, looking back at the quarterback so you can locate the football. And this is just perfect coverage by Herb McKinley. It's not a bad throw. Walsh puts it exactly where it has to be. But take a look at this.
Talk about playing a guy close.
A senior out of Moreno Valley.
BYU now only 2 of 7.
Boardman trying to angle the ball, and it will bounce, and they will mark it at the 7-yard line. Good kick, Boardman. The kicking game has been the question mark for Brigham Young. 6:25 to play in the half. 7-6, Brigham Young.
I should mention that James Johnson,
freshman,
return missionary freshman, so he's not. They got him 275. What's this? Must be old.
Yeah.
He looks bigger than that.
Hey, this is an interesting ball game.
Yeah, it is.
Boy, BYU starting to rack up some injuries.
Who else other than Eli and
Eli Jamal.
Well, and
that's enough, isn't it?
Kalen's already out.
Yeah, that's not good. BYU needs to
somewhere toward their locker room down on the north end zone.
They need to get some quick throws in there instead of trying to throw the football up the field.
We'll be between the bench and their locker room, you know, where I can ambush Lavelle.
We talked to Lavelle before we go to the break, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and is that right, Terry? I toss right to Sports Central.
Okay, and then he pitches at Sports Central. And then we're not back for what, 12 minutes? 13 minutes.
They're exciting and they're brand new. So stop by your neighborhood First National Bank office and order your local checks today.
Well, nighttime starting to creep in here in Albuquerque. University Stadium sold out. Overflow capacity. I'll bet you 35,000 in here. Brigham Young, New Mexico, all even with first downs at 8 apiece. Lobos with the football. They trail 7-6. Lenny Gomes stood up, and Oliver had no place to go. Right now, injuries, well, you got to think, you know, Eli Herring, one of your big guys up front. Jamal Willis, he's standing on the sideline with crutches. Kalen Hall, he's suited up, but they'd rather not play him because also of a sprained ankle. So you got three big names out right now.
Eli Herring and Kalen Hall fought injuries last year, so you hate to see that starting over again.
Second down for the Lobos from the 8-yard line. Tony Kay stands up, throws a football. Good tackle by Brigham Young. The catch pulled down by O'Bannon.
Good protection again. You see, notice that they're going to double team Gomes every time. Gomes in the middle, so he can't get that penetration. That allows Case to stand in the pocket and deliver it out to O'Bannon.
Third down 5 from the 12. Case on a rollout. Cougars on pursuit. Throws off his foot and incomplete. Still got a good strength behind that football. Looking for Zach Wesley, and Vic Tarleton providing coverage for BYU. There he is, number 10, a senior out of Sacramento.
Good coverage that time, and better pressure on Case. Even though he turns the corner on the rollout, you're going to see Gomes out on the pursuit and Hall. He can't square those hips up and get those shoulders going downfield, and you can put a little velocity on it, but you can't be accurate throwing it on the run like that going toward the sideline.
Mike Nesbitt will kick from his own end zone. Back to receive is Mike Johnston. For Brigham Young. End over end. Johnston on the 45. Trying to dance outside, cuts it back in, and down he goes at midfield. A 4-yard return for Johnston, and with 4:51 to play in the half, Brigham Young will start at midfield.
Ray Wilson that time had a shot at Johnston, missed him, got back up and tackled him a second time. So good second effort.
The lights are on at University Stadium.
Temperature in the 70s here. Boy, it was a beautiful day in Albuquerque. Bright sunshine. Couldn't have a nicer evening for football.
7-6, Brigham Young. Walsh from the shotgun. Downfield through the hands of Drage. Through behind him. Drage coming back to the football, and he had to reach back for it and through his fingertips.
Ball just took off a little bit on Walsh that time. As a quarterback, sometimes you want to throw it too hard and you overstride. When you stride out too far and try to throw it too hard, it's like trying to hit a golf ball too hard. The ball just kind of takes off on you. So Walsh needs to settle in, stand up tall, and worry about accuracy more than velocity right now.
Walsh 8 of 14, 74 yards. He'll drop back in the shotgun in second. And fumble down the field. Who got it? Who's got it? New Mexico.
Number 99 comes out of the pile with it.
Ben Chavez.
And you hate to mention a guy's name for the first time and have it be something bad, because Ron Simmons has had a good game thus far from that center position for BYU. But that one came back with a lot of speed on it.
Snap didn't look that bad. It looked like Walsh may have looked away for a second. It almost it appeared as though it hit him right in the face mask or the side of the helmet, bounced off to the side, and Chavez snagged it.
It was hard and up on the left side of his face. You want it down low. And Walsh was the only one that knew it was a fumble.
Stoney Case pumps, got a man wide open. Touchdown, Winston! With a pump, and Patrick Mitchell bit. And Winston, the senior, pulls it down for 6.
Winston just made a little bit of an out move. And now he's going to do a little dance there, a little hug. Celebrating in Albuquerque.
Saw one of the coaches come over, pull him apart, and said, hey, it's not over yet, guys.
Business time. Yeah, he made a little out move, and Patrick Mitchell came out to defend that out. That pump fake of Stoney Case has brought Mitchell flying up.
They tried that in the first quarter, and Stoney Case overthrew in the first quarter. This time he hooks up for 6.
That's right.
They're going for 2. Oliver, the tailback. Case rolls out, and 2-point conversion, Zach Wesley.
And what a throw by Stoney Case. Going to his right, he threw it back across his body inside, and it was on target, right in the numbers.
And again, he was able to spread out the secondary of Brigham Young. Zach Wesley found that little opening and got the 2.
There's a look at the touchdown again. I mean, how open was Winston? He was so open, the ball was underthrown by about 10 yards, and he had the luxury of waiting for the football and then uses some great balance to get in. Let's take a look at that 2-point conversion. Not doing a good job of containing Case. Letting him get out on that rollout puts a lot of pressure on your secondary. Look at that throw. The defensive backs both had to come up because Case had pressured them. They came up, throws it in behind him. Scoring drive, 1 play, 44 yards, 7 seconds. How's that for a drive, Craig?
And it all started because of the fumble snap.
That's right.
Lavelle Edwards biting on that lip. 4:35 to play in the half, and the 19th ranked Cougars in the preseason poll, they trail New Mexico 14-7. Hugo Ojeda, the barefooter, will tee it up.
Case, Craig, is at 10 of 13 for 141 yards with that 1 rushing touchdown and 1 passing touchdown. That's a heck of a first half.
26. 27-yard return by Timmy Nowatzki.
What Nowatzki does very well this time, he decides, I'm going to go with reckless abandon as fast as I can go and get to that hole. When you do that, if there's just a little bit of a seam, you can get through. That's how he gets 27 yards.
That's a nice angle. You can see, too, he switched the ball but covered up. He was hanging on with two hands, so New Mexico would not be able to strip that football. BYU with some work to do. They're down 7 with 4:28 to play in the first half. Play action is Walsh. Goes back across the grain. Drage makes the sliding catch at the 39-yard line.
And Walsh shows you what he can do on the run. He was rolling out to the left, got his hips turned around and threw it back inside. So difficult to cover Drage on a post route from the backside. Evan Pilgrim out in front as an escort for Walsh. Now watch him swing his hips around here.
What a strike.
And throws a beautiful ball back to the inside to Eric Drage. And he slid in safe on the 40.
First down from the 39-yard line. Walsh now rolls to his right. Clinton downfield, a quick dump off. Mooley came back to help him out, and he paid for it, took a hit from Terry Moore. Well, they just blanketed Mooley after the toss from Walsh. A pickup of 8 at the 32-yard line.
BYU, Craig, giving New Mexico a taste of what it's like to have the quarterback moving around. There's been a lot of pressure on Walsh. So what do? You start to roll him out, you move him. You don't put him in the same spot every time. You put pressure on the secondary. Guys like Roston Thomas, who's in there on the tackle, to have to cover the quarterback and to think about those receivers running in behind.
Second down short from the 32-yard line. To the ground, up the middle goes Mooley. A first down at the 29-yard line. Chavez, number 99, wrapped him up around the ankles.
They might have to measure that one.
Mooley with a good first half.
He's played well. He's been sound. He hasn't made any mistakes and done well. Again, the draw trap. He gets on the hip of Evan Pilgrim and turns it up. We ought to mention that Eli Herring, with that shoulder injury, is out. And James Johnson, a freshman, although he's not a young freshman, he's a return missionary freshman.
Not a small freshman.
No, 275-pounder out there playing that right tackle spot in place of Eli Herring.
You know, small is just not in BYU's vocabulary when you talk about offensive line. If you take the tight end, Saluoni, out of the mix, 294 pounds a guy. I mean, that's a side of beef per guy out there. It's huge. First down from the 29. Downfield into coverage, and he overshoots Matsuzaki.
Give that Lobo line credit, at least at this point, with staying with that beef. Some had said the Lobos the most improved team in the conference, and Blaine made the point earlier. For years, the Lobos have played with great skill players, but never having that strength. Last year, they got beat up in the trenches big time. This year, it's made a big difference. You can tell in the first half.
You know, Doug, we talked about the new weight facility. The question is, will the endurance last through 4 quarters of football? Time will tell. Second down 10 from the 29. Snap. Walsh stands up, fires to Tyler Anderson off his fingertips, incomplete at the 15-yard line. McKinley, who was in a nice job from that left cornerback position, provided coverage. But that ball, again, though, a little bit underthrown.
He threw it back to the inside. The quarterback has to read the defense. This time, New Mexico is playing man-to-man. So when your receiver on a curl route plants his foot, you've got to throw it right at him because Anderson's going to come straight back at the quarterback. You throw it inside, you throw it in toward the defense. And that's why Anderson was unable to make the catch.
McKinley, a 2-year letterman. 76 tackles a year ago from the shotgun. Third down 10. Walsh up top. Touchdown! Dolman! Well, that's got to feel good for Dolman. Did not catch a touchdown last year. Pulls one in, first game of 93.
And they made that one look so easy. Drage gives Dolman a tackle. Working on Eric Jack. New Mexico got out of position. No free safety in the middle of the field. So Dolman going one-on-one against Jack. No help in the middle. Walsh saw that and laid it out for him. And here's our first Ernst extra point. Actually, second Ernst extra point of the evening.
Did you miss one earlier?
I must have missed an Ernst extra point.
The kick by Herrick comes right at you. And we are tied at 14-all. That was a big offensive series for Brigham Young after the touchdown and the two-point conversion by New Mexico.
Take a look at it again. Walsh does a great job of reading. The free safety came up to pick up the halfback out of the backfield. So look, no help in the middle. Doman is able to take the field and just burns Eric Jack by about 10 yards. Walsh throws it in there with great touch.
Walsh looking cool and collected on this series. That was the second big strike that he threw earlier in that offensive series. The strike to Drage at the 40 kind of set that up. Walsh looking in control of things.
A little more time to throw the football that drive, Craig. And I think part of that is that they moved him around. Didn't have him 7 yards behind the center every single play, and so the New Mexico guys could just tee off and come after him.
You know, it's interesting. We did not hear the name of Tuli Mateolona, and Mateolona's been around all night.
He's dominated, but not that series.
Scoring drive under a minute 30. They moved 73 yards in just 6 plays, and the big 29-yard pass to Doman. 14-all, 3:09 to play in the half. Season opener, 1993 college football season for Brigham Young in New Mexico. Herrick will kick it away from the 35-yard line. Good kick. It drives Winslow Oliver 9 yards deep, and he says, I don't think so. Oliver with some extra padding down there along that with his back.
And the way he runs, Craig, he's always spinning and trying to get some extra yards. You got to have as much protection as you can. That just hooks onto the back of the shoulder pads and protects his ribs and back.
Walsh's numbers beginning to elevate, 11 of 19. And that drive, he put up some yards, 144 yards on the night and 2 touchdown throws.
Looking good on that drive.
Dolman's got them both. Dolman has got them both. From the 20-yard line. O'Bannon, the motion man. Case with the pitch. Oliver finds it outside. And I tell you what, if he could have got around the corner, Casey Mazzata pulled him down. If he had missed him, clear sailing.
There's a flag on the sideline. Maybe a face mask caught there on the tackle.
It's been a little extracurricular activity the last 2 plays on the sideline. Lavelle was screaming for a flag on the play just prior to that. Said that there was a late hit on the sidelines over here.
Face mask, 5 yards against the defense.
But it's the Cougars at the flag.
Now 2 face mask penalties, of course, in college football now. The kind when you inadvertently kind of get a hand caught in it, which is that kind right there that goes 5. Or if you have a blatant face mask where you just reach out and grab it, you can get a 15-yarder unsportsmanlike conduct. So that's the 5-yard variety.
You know, Lavelle Edwards, interesting man. Very calm he looks on the sideline. Boy, I tell you what, no question, the fire still burns as he starts his 22nd year. 1st and 10. Cases mixing things up at the line. Quick step, quick drop, tries a hit. Zach Wesley incomplete. Vic Tartleton, the left corner. There he is, number 10 on coverage. Gives a high five to Nate Hall.
Tarleton was about 12 yards off the line of scrimmage, and you saw Case audible. He wanted to throw it underneath. After he called the audible, Tarleton moved up 5 yards and was right there to make the play. So a little chess match going on.
Dolman's numbers, 3 catches, 2 of them for touchdowns. I like that ratio, 57 yards. 2nd down from the shotgun. A little delayed draw, and the Cougars would not bite. Good coverage. Herget, well, he read that all the way. Winslow Oliver, nowhere to go. They'll lose 4 on the play.
We haven't heard Herget's name a lot tonight. They've kind of gone away from him. And
just to stop the clock
so.
here.
Yeah, if you're going to try to run against BYU, you don't want to go with that man, Todd Herget. Great speed. He can chase down a Winslow Oliver, and very physical player. He'll take on a lead block and make the tackle plays.
Lethbridge, Alberta is home. So he's got a great linebacker size, 6'3", 2 1/4. Had 94 tackles last year, 6.5 sacks. You know what I like about it, too? He walked on. Earned himself a scholarship.
That's right. It's hard to do with as many players as are involved in a program down there in the scholarships. You have to walk on it. You have to really stand out in practice.
But you know what? Think, though, about all the linebackers that have come through Brigham Young. The last 10 years, a Leon White, Thor Salanoa. Those are tough guys that try to beat out.
Kurt Govea.
Yeah.
National Football League players.
J.C. Von Collin was a good one.
They've had some good backers.
Defensive coordinator Ken Schmidt in the middle of a big huddle there, just in front of the Cougar bench. Lavelle walks out, joins. It's a play for BYU right here.
There's been quite a few huddles tonight on both sides of the field. This is big. BYU nationally ranked in the preseason polls in New Mexico. They're trying to build that foundation under Franchione.
Big-time field here in University Stadium tonight. Overflow crowd, big crowd in all the corners of the end zone, spilling up on those berms on the north and south end zone, and they're howling for those Lobos.
I think it's a full moon out tonight, huh? They'll really be howling. Third down, 14. Tony Case on the rollout. Incomplete, but what a catch, though. Zach Wesley went around his shoe tops to pull that down, but they indicate incomplete.
Caught the ball out of bounds, beside the fact that, I don't know about the call, you come to the sideline and throw a 7-yard ball on 3rd and 14, doesn't do you much good. Whether he catches it or not, the Lobos will have to punt.
Yeah, 5 yards short of the first down. 14 all here in Albuquerque, 2:38 to play. Craig Bolerjack, Blaine Fowler, and Doug Miller alongside tonight. Mike Johnston back to receive the kick. Owen Haynes. Johnston at the 23. And he'll lose a yard. Good special teams coverage. Eric Jack, number 3, coming down the field. I tell you, he's the headhunter.
And what a punt. I mean, the hang
Great
time
punt.
on those last 2 punts.
I put a
allows the
stopwatch on that one. It was 4.61 hang time. That's an incredible punt.
That was great. Eric Drage tried to put a block on Eric Jack, but just kind of a glancing blow, and Jack able to make the tackle.
2:26 to play in the half. It's 14 all. Walsh was setting up in the shotgun, comes back underneath the center now. Quick flip to Drage at the 30-35, and he fights his way up for a first down at the 37-yard line. I like that call.
Yeah, and I'm sure that was a slight adjustment on the line of scrimmage. New Mexico was going to play a zone defense. They had 2 zones out to the right side, 2 deep zones. BYU had 3 receivers to the right. Drage is the uncovered guy. Look at him, right in the seam of the zone, in between the backers and the corner, and Walsh reads it. That's a nice easy throw. Throw the ball 2 yards and get yourself a 15-yard gain.
First down from the 38-yard line. Walsh dancing around in that pocket. Still got time. Downfield, and the catch pulled down by Matsuzaki. Didn't have a clock, but that was 10-12 seconds back there.
Super job by the offensive line for BYU. Walsh did a lot of little scramble around. I don't know that he even needed to, though. The BYU offensive line had things handled, and there was good coverage. Now, let's look at how long he stands back. He's going to look to the left. He's going to look to the right. Nice little move right there to allow Johnson to get back out and make the block. That has to be 10 seconds. And if you're a secondary man, you're going to lose track. They don't have an attention span. Defensive backs don't have an attention span longer than about 8 seconds, Craig.
That's a little schoolyard football there. Just run until you get open. Hey, Mooley on the ground sheds a couple of blockers. Boy, he's had a strong first half. He's upended near the 30-yard line. Terry Moore, the inside linebacker, whereas number 44 chased him down. Hema Mooley, depending on what the health status of Kalen Hall and Jamal Willis will be the next few weeks, this guy's going to get a lot of playing time.
Yeah, and you know, he'll play regardless because he's got great hands out of the backfield, and he's a savvy player. He knows what's going on.
Second down short. Walsh spins out of trouble. Well, he's been dancing around all night, and he's going to go down. And guess who? Mateo Lona.
And Mateo Lona was the man that hit him first.
Yeah.
He ducked under Mateo Lona's tackle. I've been very impressed with New Mexico's effort this evening thus far.
Well, the key word is pursuit.
That's right.
And in years past, you're right, they make the effort, but the second and third effort's not there, and tonight it's there.
Walsh has been real good at avoiding the first rush. You see Mateo go right over the top of the head, and then he's going to get back up again and come back and get him a second time.
You know, Heimuli hit him. Heimuli hit him as well to try to buy some extra time.
That's right. Walsh has been pretty impressive with his movement in the pocket today.
Boy, the feet, very good quick feet. Look at Heimuli's numbers. He's been all over the place. 7 carries for 39 yards, a couple of receptions for 15.
That's the 4th sack for the Lobos tonight, Craig. BYU only has 1 on Stony Case. Wouldn't be surprised to see BYU move the quarterback around again a little bit. It worked well in the last drive. The last few passes have been straight drop back. Look for him to move him around a little bit.
There's Robbie Bosco, former quarterback for Brigham Young. You know, I was looking through the stat sheet. What a night he had back in '85 against this team. 585 yards passing. Robbie Bosco against the
Big
Lobos.
night. Big night.
Before that injury, didn't really had a chance with the Packers, but the shoulder really never came around. That guy could throw.
You know, Bosco could throw. You talk about all the quarterbacks. When Robbie Bosco was healthy, just pure throwing, there wasn't anybody better.
Walsh from the shotgun. Crowd coming alive. Nowotski overthrows him at the 15. Incomplete, but a flag in the backfield. Back at the 45. Boy, the pressure again, and in the backfield was Mateo Lona.
You know, Mateo Lona was missing. They're going to call roughing the passer.
Walsh a little slow getting up there, and he took a pretty good shot.
Wipes his face. Cougars went through 4 quarterbacks a year ago. First it was Walsh, then it was Clements, then it was Hancock. And then I tell you what, Tommy Young did a nice job in that Aloha Bowl. He's rated number 2 now on the depth chart this year.
Yeah, Tom Young, real smart quarterback out there and moves well. I'll tell you, though, you talk to the coach, and they say that Clements, at this point right now, is throwing the ball better than he did before his injury. So he's back full speed also. So they got plenty of depth at the quarterback position.
A minute 14, and Brigham Young sitting on the 21-yard line, and now flags come down. Somebody jumped.
I think it was Walsh pulled back and didn't get the ball. Looked like he'd called the number or thought he had, and the ball never came. And as he pulled back, a couple of linemen moved, and the flags flew.
Yeah, empty left tackle. It's hard to hide when you're 6'7" and 300 out on the end of the line there at tackle, and you take a step back. You're not going to miss that.
You know, we talked about the sellout crowd here for the Lobos tonight. Well over 30,000 with a spillover into the end zones. But a big crowd of Cougar fans as well here from the Albuquerque area. Several thousand blue and white fans up in the stands here. One of them, Bob Stevens, the center who snapped the ball to Ty Detmer the Heisman year. We'll talk to him in the 3rd quarter.
Good man, Bob Stevens. The ball tipped at the line, but the catch still made. Eric Jack on coverage. Steve Christensen, number 25, was able to pull it down.
They get the 5-yard penalty back +1, 6-yard gain on the play.
Clock running with 50 seconds to play. 2nd down 9 from the 22-yard line. Walsh from the shotgun. Fires. He's got Drage. He takes a pop. He's bounced back to the 11-yard line.
Walsh trying to get him on the line of scrimmage right away with 35 seconds to go.
Ray Wilson put a lick on him at the 10. The clock stopped as they reset the chains. And now they'll start it back up. 34 seconds to play in the half. Walsh, quick drop, got Drage. Up he goes, and incomplete.
Oh, man, Drage with a great snag, but the foot came down about 4 or 5 inches just beyond the chalk line.
Did I say incomplete?
Complete, but out of bounds.
Complete, but out of bounds, yeah. Good way to pull it down. Pulled it down, couldn't get the feet
down. Now watch
down.
the left foot. The left foot's the one that's going to come down, and it'll be clearly wide. If he could have gotten that right foot, boy, just barely wide left. And what a catch. Good throw by John Walsh. You're dealing with inches there.
2nd down, 10. Just outside the 10-yard line, New Mexico sends the blitz. Heimuli fumbles the football. Is it a touchdown?
No whistles, no signal.
I think the officials are confused for a second. BYU's appealing touchdown. The linesman started to indicate touchdown and then pulled his hands back down.
I'll tell you,
they're going to determine whether he was down. The other thing is
touchdown.
There we go. Trying to determine whether he was down before he fumbled or if the ball actually came out before.
Well, Dolman now with his third touchdown, but give the assist to Heimuli.
That's right. Now see, Heimuli will get a reception on this, and Dolman will get a touchdown. I don't know, you call it a rushing touchdown in the statistics? I guess you have to. It does come out before he's down and goes forward.
Boy, Ray Wilson really hit Heimuli. Eric will try the point after. Blocked at the line.
And he earns the extra point, blocked at the line of scrimmage. Good penetration by New Mexico.
Number 41, Terry Coit. So Dolman recovers the fumble for a touchdown. It's 20-14 Brigham Young.
Fans don't like the old forward fumble. Do you remember, I don't know how many years ago, when Kenny Stabler fumbled forward on purpose and Dave Casper fumbled it forward on purpose, and the Oakland Raiders won a playoff game with the old forward fumble into the end zone?
Well, let me tell you, there was nothing on purpose about Heimuli's fumble.
Not a bit. When you take a shot like that, nothing on purpose, but the fans didn't like it here.
I think the consultation was the officials just wanted to make sure that he was not down before he fumbled it.
There's Coit, and he blocked it with that left paw.
I mean, what are the chances when you stick one hand up with all that area of getting the football?
Herrick has it teed up at the 35. 22 seconds to play in the first half. Well, the first quarter kind of just very tough to get the points in. All of a sudden, the floodgates kind of pop open. Strange things have happened here. Another good kick, and Oliver will have to down it. Lobos will start at the 20-yard line, and they have 22 seconds to work with before halftime. And the scoring drive, Blaine, 2 minutes, 4 seconds. Well, they moved 78 yards. Dolman with the fumble recovery off the hands of Heimuli.
Walsh looked good in the 2-minute offense, the hurry-up offense, and the team looked well-schooled. And BYU practices that 2-minute offense, and they do so well. They figure 2 minutes is plenty of time. 1 minute, they have to hurry a little bit. 2 minutes is plenty of time.
Stoney Case at quarterback. Handoff, Winslow Oliver. High steps out of the tackle. Lenny Gomes chases him down from behind, but Winslow Oliver still wiggles for 4. 10 seconds. I think Dennis Francione will be happy to let the clock tick out. 3, 2, 1, and that ends the first 30 minutes here in Albuquerque. New Mexico, Blaine had built a 14-7 lead. Brigham Young coming back with a couple of Dolman touchdowns, one by air and the other with that fumble recovery here just before halftime. 20-14, and now let's toss it to Doug Miller with Coach Lavelle Edwards and our Coach's Insight brought to you by Chuck Around. Doug, take it away.
Mike Fernald. Coach Edwards, the first couple of offensive series, the Cougars struggled, but that last offensive series, they moved it well. How do you feel going into the locker room?
Well, we're playing, we're throwing the ball better now. You know, we of course had a big part of our running game taken away, having Kalen hurt and then now Jamal hurt. So we've had to start throwing the ball a little bit more, and I thought the last couple of series we did do a better job, and I think we firmed it up a little bit better on defense. We just got too many guys banged up. Eli Herring's out, and so it's pretty tough right now.
The Lobos said to be the most improved team in the conference. You can tell that in the trenches tonight. You've had trouble getting to Stoney Case a little bit. Any adjustments second half?
Well, this first opening ball games, this doesn't surprise me at all. I knew that there was going to be a very spirited team. New Mexico has a very good football team, as we've said all along. So, I feel good about the way things are going. We just have to hold in and hang tough on defense and don't give them any big plays or long plays if we can, and I think we'll be all right.
You have any idea Bryce Dobin would have 3 touchdowns under his belt going into the locker room?
Well, it's nice to have 3 touchdowns, so I don't want to miss that last extra point, but we'll just have to come out the next half and get going.
Coach, best of luck. Thank you, sir. Lavelle Edwards and the Cougars go to the locker room leading 20-14. Brad Stanky is standing by in Sports Central with all the halftime action. Brad?
Oh, yeah, no question.
Ladies and gentlemen, performing Momo Tombo, the Lobo Spirit Marching Band.
Bowler, anybody up there?
Sept, New Mexico. First National Bank. Mortgage. First Supermarkets. General Mills.
Testing, quizzing, quizzes.
And
Test, quiz.
We do highlights and then the stats and then trivia and then a break.
Are the stats sponsored by anybody? Trivia sponsored.
Hello, 1, 2.
Craig. Quizzing.
Is he pitching to me or are we coming out of a commercial break? Okay. Okay. We got a little time to BS here up the top to set him up. Well, halftime continues here in Albuquerque University Stadium. Brigham Young on top 20-14. Craig Bolerjack, Blaine Fowler, and Doug Miller back alongside with you. Hope you enjoyed the first half. First 15 minutes, points hard to come by. BYU had a 7-6 lead, and then things started to happen. Turnovers, big plays.
They really did, and that was the name of the game, big plays, whether it was a big punt return by New Mexico or a fumble recovery by the Cougars. Touchdowns were set up by big plays, and the touchdowns came on big plays.
So let's take a look at some of those big plays you talk about, Blaine. Carl Winston, highly touted receiver for New Mexico. Stoney Case and him hook up with a little hitch and go.
Really was. They got Patrick Mitchell to bite on that out, and Case made a great pump fake and then just threw it up top. And as we mentioned, Winston had the luxury of waiting for the ball to come down and used his good balance to get it in the end zone.
And a call here by head coach Dennis Francione. Let's go for 2, and Stoney Case gets it done.
They needed to do that. They missed their first extra point. He comes out, spreads the defense out all the way to the sideline. Watch how on target this throw is. That's hard to do on a full run to the right, to throw it back inside and throws it in for the 2-point conversion.
That made it 14-7 New Mexico, and this crowd was actually just coming out of their seats. Brigham Young, they got their composure. Walsh got it done. He goes to Doman, and what a first half Doman's had.
He really has. Walsh made a good read. They started to protect him better there in the second quarter, and he goes up top. No free safety in the middle of the field, so Doman takes the field on a post route. They made it look easy, Craig.
And then Doman recovers the fumble from Haymuli, and that's where we stand after the extra point was blocked. 20-14 Brigham Young.
That's right. And Lavelle Edwards, as he went into the locker room, said, boy, we don't like, that was on his mind. We don't like to have that extra point blocked. And that could come back to haunt him later on in the game.
First half statistics, Stoney Case and John Walsh both very busy in the first half. Look at the passing yardage. Brigham Young, 211. New Mexico at 141. A lot of first downs for both the Cougars and Lobos.
And the way the game started out, Craig, you wouldn't expect that there would be that many passing yards at halftime. But as you mentioned, kind of feeling each other out in the first quarter. And in that second quarter, things really started to light up.
You ready for the tough trivia?
I'm ready.
All right, brought to you by Quaker State. Let's take a look and try to answer this. We'll answer this question. When was the last time New Mexico beat BYU in football? I think maybe you gave them a hint in the first quarter if they were listening.
A little foreshadowing to see if they're paying attention. First half.
Okay, we'll take a break. We'll give you the answer after this.
Thank you for being part of the first sellout in the history of University Stadium and Mexico football. Take a look at this history. Be sure to get your University sellout t-shirt season before you go home.
Let's do a little bit.
How far away? I got some extra trivia that I just got from the official score.
Okay.
How they're going to score the touchdown.
Oh, okay, good.
We're ready here with the lovely Pete Whitbeck.
Petey.
Lovely and extremely talented Pete Whitbeck. We're in a commercial, Pete. Okay. We're not actually on air. You don't have to...
Pete, go ahead and rip us. Does he know the answer to the tough trivia?
Yeah, ask him.
What's the trivia?
When was the last time New Mexico beat BYU? Oh, can't ask him now.
It's part of the Domino's Pizza Classic. It's also family night for only $5. 2 adults and 4
Well, this one is really tough. Really tough. Quaker State tough trivia. When was the last time New Mexico beat BYU in football? You had the answer in the first quarter.
That's right. New Mexico beat BYU in 1980, 25-21. Jim McMahon was BYU's starting quarterback. And you know, they went on to beat SMU that year and have a great season.
And now McMahon is quarterbacking the Vikings. Time does pass, does it not? 1980. All right, let's go downstairs. Doug Miller.
Bowler. Exciting second half coming up. Pete Whitbeck talking with me. Big crowd tonight, 30,000 plus here. One person who is not here, retiring athletic director Glenn Tuckett, who for the first time in 34 years did not make a football trip. And Pete, you think he's watching tonight, wishing he were here?
Oh, I know he's watching. I'm sure he's wishing he's here, and we would like to have him here. And I'm sure he's going to miss it. Fortunately for us, he's to stay on about a 30% basis.
Let's watch the kickoff here, Pete. We'll talk with you in just a second.
Take it away, Doug, as Winslow Oliver downs it.
Pete, tonight, as you mark almost a changing of an era at BYU Sports with Glenn Tuckett leaving and Clayne Jensen assuming the role of athletic director. Emotional week in that program.
Really was, and Tuesday was Glenn's last day, and the phone just literally rang off the hook, and it was emotional not only for Glenn, but certainly for all of us, because he's been such a big and integral part of our program.
Glenn Tuckett, we wish you the best, sir, in retirement. Wish you were here tonight. Thanks, Pete.
Thanks, Doug.
Lobos with the football, and they will start the third quarter on the ground. And Chris Griffin, the tight end, lined up at the fullback spot, number 81. He's got that fullback size at 6'3", 240. He's a sophomore.
This time, Craig, a rare two-back set for New Mexico. A true veer that time. They've been running the option down the line of scrimmage. That time they go with a fullback give. Picks up about 5 yards that time. So,
I haven't heard that old veer for a while. The veer option, all that. Same lineup, second down, 6. And this time they pitch it to the scat back. Boy, Oliver just squeezes through near a first down at the 30, but a flag flies in on that pile around the 25-yard line. Brian Hughes, number 41, the middle linebacker, made the stop.
and they're going to get a hold here. I believe it's going to be on Justin Hall, number 52. I don't know if you'll see it in the picture, but it comes after that. The flag comes in late, so that's going to go back. We mentioned earlier, Lavelle Edwards doesn't like it that the throwing team gets penalized. That penalty will go from the point of the infraction. They'll only lose about 6 yards on it.
Still second down.
They march it back to the 17-yard line. So it will be second down 13 for New Mexico. 20-14 BYU. The early seconds of the third quarter. Stoney Case's numbers in the first half. 10 of 15, 141 yards. He'll roll out on second down. The catch through the hands, incomplete. Zach Wesley, number 28.
And you can bet that BYU in the locker room at halftime, Craig talked about how they're going to keep Stoney Case in that pocket, not let him get out and turn that corner. That time Brian Hughes was responsible, put a little heat in Case had to let the football go. Craig, in the first half, I was wondering how they would score that fumble touchdown. What it's going to be is, hey, Mooley gets a reception in the yardage. Doman gets a touchdown catch for 0 yards.
Wow.
And Walsh gets a touchdown throw to Doman. So a 0-yard reception for a touchdown.
Explain that, huh? Up in the pocket, Stoney Case throwing downfield along the far sideline. And Toronto Bannon makes the reception. Broke open. Good throw by Stoney Case.
BYU playing a zone defense that time, and your weak side linebacker is responsible for the flat. You see him right there, Todd Herget. That's a tough assignment for Herget to cover the flat when O'Bannon's out there running with his 4.3 speed toward the sideline.
And of Los Angeles, a senior, last year pulled down 14 receptions for 252 yards. So both he and Winston didn't get a lot of receptions last year because, well, Oliver, 1,000-yard runner, and Stoney Case Rumbles off the left side. Down to the 45-yard line. He'll be close to a first down. Casey Lazota with the tackle.
And that's the same play Stoney Case scored his touchdown on, only to the left this time. He went right on the option. All he has to do is make a lookout toward that back, and they respect Oliver so much that they leave a seam for Case to turn up. He's quite an athlete. You know, he's a big guy, but he has great feet, as Stoney Case does.
So a first down from the 46-yard line. And the Lobos have a drive going here to start the third quarter. 13:50 on the clock. Look at his numbers on the run. That's just under 4 yards a pop. From the eye, the fullback is the tight end Griffin. Lays down a nice block and a nice catch off the shoe tops is again O'Bannon, number 82. Teron O'Bannon. You talked about him earlier, how strong this guy is. At 192, he benches around 340.
John Pollock on the tackle that time, playing strong safety tonight. Christensen, who's normally at that position, nursing an injury and unable to play, so Pollock filling in.
There's a field view of the University Stadium. Second down and 2. On the option, and Case keeps it. The tackle made by Randy Brock, the left tackle. Okay, Brock had a great 1992. 10 sacks to lead Brigham Young.
He's got great outside speed, does Randy Brock. This kind of offense has to frustrate him because with as many things as New Mexico runs on offense, he can't just put his helmet back and go after the quarterback. He's got to stay home for that option. If it's a throw, he's got to get after the quarterback, and they run the ball so well.
Just a junior out of Rexburg, Idaho. You know, he was a sophomore All-America selection last year. Second team All-WAC. First and 10 from the Cougar 43. O'Bannon, the motion man. The pitch, Oliver. Got some room, but the hole closes in a hurry. Good pursuit down the line by Nathan Hall, number 49.
Talked about Randy Brock, and he put the pressure on the quarterback. The call that time was to come after the quarterback, and Brock came down hard, forcing Case to pitch it out early. When you pitch it out early, it's an easier read. It makes it easier on your linebackers. And so Nathan Hall, watch how early Stoney Case has to pitch out. There's Brock right there. He's got to pitch it early. Now your backers don't have to decide whether Case is going to keep the ball, and they can play Oliver down the line of scrimmage.
Second down, 6 for New Mexico. Stoney Case on the rollout. He is pursued, leaning out, incomplete. Winston had those toes stuck along the far sideline.
Winston just working the sideline. Case for a minute looked like he was going to clear that corner again and get out there and put pressure on the linebackers, but Herget turned on the jets and put some pressure in Stoney Case's face.
Everywhere this guy has gone, we're talking about the head coach, Francione, he's won. Southwestern, 14-4-2. What a career at Pittsburgh State, 53-6. That was his alma mater. And then he went to Southwest Texas State, was 13-9. And he says, plans on doing the same thing right here. Ball tipped at the line of scrimmage. That ball was kind of hanging up there, and Patrick Mitchell had a shot. Randy Brock tipped it.
And pressure sure helps because O'Bannon had about a 5-yard cushion back down the left sideline. Case was trying to go to him, and that tip ball saved BYU perhaps a touchdown, but certainly a first down.
Boy, gutty call by the head coach, Francione. They're going to go for it on 4th and 6 from the 40-yard line. Well, they went for 2. 6 yards they need for the first down. They need to just break the 34-yard line. Oliver, the lone back. And now a timeout. Well, the play clock 1 second, it shows. And so Stony Case calls time. And with that, we'll take a break. 12:23 to play in the third quarter. And Brigham Young leading New Mexico 2014. Back to Albuquerque after this.
Terry. Terry.
Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bobby.
I forgot about that.
I've got Bob Stevens with me. You want to do something coming out of this break, or you want to wait for a flag?
Doug's still breaking up.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, well, we'll just wait for a flag. He can hang out here on the sidelines with us. No doubt.
Big Bob looks like he can play, man.
Bowler's looking at you up there in the press box, says Big Bob looks like he can still play.
Hello. No, I can't. It'd take a while to get back in shape.
We're in a commercial right now. They're just listening to you up there.
Hey, does he talk to Ty? Does he
Talk to Ty?
I haven't talked to Ty. We've kind of lost contact with him. So I hear he's doing really well though at Green Bay. So
You know, Doug, he made...
I wish him all the luck.
You know, he made second string.
Second string.
Yeah,
Don
I did.
Favre.
Beat
We'll
out.
hang out. First flag you get, come down to
Okay.
it.
Doug, your mic sounds great now.
Does it? It still sounds like it's breaking up a little down here.
It was during the Whitbeck thing,
Okay.
but
Fourth down and 6 for New Mexico. After that timeout, chance for Stony Case. Dennis Francione. See what play they come up with. The tailback is Oliver in motion. Toronto Bannon. The rollout. Case looking downfield, and the ball batted down. Patrick Mitchell. Winston is the guy that tried to come back on the hook. And Mitchell right there to bat it down.
what makes that coverage especially good, Craig, is that Mitchell knew that he didn't have any help. This was man-to-man. They were bringing the linebackers. He was out there all by himself and had this kind of coverage. Brings the right hand across and strips the football. That's just great man-to-man coverage by Patrick Mitchell.
Cougars take over on downs at the 40-yard line. Play action. Walsh with the pump. And down he goes. Jared Anderson, nose tackle, 47, just kept coming.
Boy, Walsh quite a dancer back there. Again, we keep mentioning it, but watch the pursuit. New Mexico just is relentless. They will not give up. Looked like Walsh wisely got down there at the end.
Sacks tonight. New Mexico has been back there a lot. They put Walsh down 5 times. Brigham Young has broken through for 1. Second down, 18. Oh, the pads pop on that. What a hit. Ray Wilson put on Steve Christensen. Whew. Terry Moore also, he's down. Terry Moore, 44, the linebacker. There's a big collision at the 43-yard line.
Christensen takes his helmet off to see if it's still working after that. Well, we've seen Ray Wilson put some hits on here in this football game.
Looked like it knocked the earpiece loose.
I think it was a mouthpiece went flying there.
Let's go downstairs. Doug Miller with an old Cougar. Looks like it could play, though, Doug.
As we mentioned, big crowd, big contingent of BYU fans here tonight. One of them, Bob Stevens, who is a former center. You centered, snapped the ball to Ty Detmer of the Heisman year. You're now working the Albuquerque area, and as Craig said, you look like you could still snap a ball in there.
Well, I might be able to snap it, but it'd take a while to get back in shape to where I could play. That's for sure.
How is it standing here on the sideline tonight and watching the offense? Analyze a little what you see.
Oh, I see some guys that are a little nervous and they need to settle down and they can take control of this game. I miss it though. It's a part of my life that I wish I could still be playing.
Linebacker giving a little problems there, picking up that blitz. Give them some advice real quick.
Well, they know their job, and the best way they can do it probably is
the back's got to probably step in there and pick up those linebackers. It looks to me like they're bringing 6, 8 men every time, so the backs have got to come in and pick them up.
Bob Stevens, former center for BYU. Best of luck to you, man. Thanks for coming down and talking to us. Craig?
All right, the gentle giant. Good guy.
Really good
But
guy.
he was tough on that line.
Spoken like a true lineman. The backs got to pick him up. If you ask the backs, they'll say those linemen got to pick those guys up. But it's true. Those backs have to stick their heads in there. Those linebackers are awfully quick on the New Mexico side of the football.
Well, Terry Moore walked off the field under his own power, favoring a knee. We'll update you on his status. 3rd down 9 as Walsh airs it out and overthrows Nowatzki at the 20. Eric Jack running stride for stride with Nowatzki. And a 4th down now for Brigham Young. Alan Boardman will kick. Freshman out of Kanab.
3rd and 9. You know, Walsh just able to read it, decides to go up top, but he had some receivers working underneath the secondary and on top of the linebackers at about 15 yards. That was the safe play. Thought he had one deep. Eric Jack in good coverage.
Well, he's got a 56-yard punt away tonight, 44-yard average on 5 punts. Joey Kowalczyk back inside the 20-yard line. Low snap. Oh, good kick. Kowalczyk fumbles the football, chases it down at the 3. Flags come down, and he is tackled at the 3-yard line. Bobby Griffiths, backup D-back, playing some good special teams. There he is, number 19. Another good kick by Boardman.
Well, that's the toughest kind of catch, too, Craig. The nose never came over, so the tail was just hanging down. The ball, it veers away from you as you try to catch it.
Gene Wirtz, the official, having a talk with his crew. Flags were thrown inside the 10.
We have an illegal block in the back by the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal. 1st down.
Well, from the 3-yard line, they step it off to the 1.5-yard line. That's where New Mexico will be. Timeout. 10:36 to play in the 3rd quarter. Brigham Young 20, New Mexico 14.
I remember McMahon. Never seen anybody like him. You get the ball on the 1, and you come in. This is great. It'll be like, what are you talking about? We get 99 yards worth of statistics this time. Still love this stuff. We get 99 yards of stats on this drive.
He's a competitor, isn't he?
Oh, he was amazing. Best guy in the huddle. I mean, Devin was good, but McMahon just oozed. And nobody ever questioned, oh, yeah, we are. We're going 99 yards. He was great.
Oh, I'd say, I think it's everything. You got to have the talent, but I tell you, just charisma like that.
Yeah. SMU game, Lavelle calls punt on that 4th down. McMahon calls timeout. No way. What, are you giving up? We're not punting. We'll get the 1st down. Lavelle goes, okay, go ahead. He went out, got the 1st down. They won.
Got any statistics yet on attendance?
Yeah, we haven't gotten attendance.
I'll give you a number.
Okay, give us one.
30,875.
30,800.
Stadium. University of New Mexico, and the Lobos back to the 1.5-yard line. Stoney Case with the pitch. Oliver barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
Boy, oh boy. That is the cardinal rule of football. When you are on your own goal line, never pitch the football back into your end zone, let alone do it on an option play when the back's not sure he's going to get it or not. Here comes Case down in the end zone. He's going to pitch it 4 yards deep into the end zone. If Winslow Oliver doesn't have great balance, there's a safety. You got to run the ball, either throw a quick route or run the ball into the line of scrimmage.
Tonight's attendance, 30,875. Largest crowd to watch a college football game at this stadium. Patrick Mitchell put the hit on
think that includes the seating in the end zones. They have large berms on the north and south end zone, and they are packed. I got to feel like that number is going to be inflated before it's all over tonight by another 1,000 or 3,000 people.
And that's what we were talking about New Mexico having to do. Of course, BYU knows that's what they have to do as well, and Patrick Mitchell not worried about getting beat deep, plays it tight. Gives Case a little bit more working room, though.
3rd down 6 from the 6-yard line. Takes a 3-step drop, found a man in the seam. That is Zach Wesley. And a first down, New Mexico at the 27. Vic Tarleton, left corner, caught up with him. But I'll tell you, Stoney Case, a quick 3-step drop. Your old quarterback, you have to like that because he right down the seam, a quick release and hit him.
You know, in the first half, you saw Eric Drage run up the seam of the zone. This is the exact same play, except for Case took a little bit more of a drop than John Walsh did when he dumped that to Eric Drage. You get it right in the seam of the zone, you throw it over the backer. Zach Wesley has a good game, gives him a lot of working room now.
First down for New Mexico, slot to the left, to the ground. Winslow Oliver, he's got back, still on his feet, rumbles and nearly broke it. Down he went at the 40-yard line. Quick, he hits the hole.
And BYU has kept Oliver relatively in check today. You haven't seen any big runs. He's a big play guy. But here's a semi-big run. Cut back against the grain. Good penetration by the New Mexico offensive line. And he is tough when he gets in the secondary.
Touchdown saving tackle by Jack DeMooney. A junior, 6-footer. He's in there tonight because of Frank Christensen, unable to play at the strong safety spot. Kay stands up. Carl Winston comes back, makes the sliding catch inside the 30. He was his secondary, maybe his 3rd target on that play. And a big reception for Carl Winston.
What you had that time, Craig, was a situation where Tarleton did not locate the football. Take a look. When the ball's thrown, Tarleton has his back to the quarterback. When the receiver looks, you have to look. Tarleton didn't get his head around quick enough. And Winston was able to come back and get the football.
Boy, Stoney Case paid for that reception. He got sandwiched just as he released that ball. You know, Carl Winston, I've been watching him trying to stretch out. Looks like he's a little tight. Maybe a hamstring problem, a little pull. From the 29-yard line, first down, New Mexico. Oliver on the pitch, and big defensive effort. Herget shot the gap, pulled him down around the ankles. Herget, a 6'3" senior out of Lethbridge, Alberta.
That's the speed we talked about with Herget. And Oliver is a very quick back. He gets the ball and tries to turn out, and watch Herget flash into your picture. You're not going to find many outside linebackers in college football today that can run with that kind of speed.
Got him right at the ankles. I mean, it's like putting a big old, like a bear trap. Once it gets you, you can't get out. Second down, 13, so Oliver loses 3. Halfback option. Guns it downfield, incomplete. Zach Wesley, the intended receiver. Oliver, pretty good arm.
And he threw it in the face of a good rush. He was smacked as he let go of the football. What made that play was when Wesley tried to turn it up the field, Tarleton gave him a smack and knocked him off of his route. Hence the ball was overthrown a little bit.
3rd down, 13. Francione, little razzle-dazzle. It's plays like that 30-plus fans like, they'll come back.
That's right.
They've had a good taste of Lobo football tonight for this hometown crowd, no doubt about it. Big halftime show, fireworks, they've done it all tonight.
You sang, it was amazing. Catch pulled down by the tight end, Williams. Inside the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Actually broke loose, but it stepped out of bounds. Watch DeMooney on this play. He's out there on defense all alone. He really makes a good play just to get the man out of bounds there at the 24-yard line. Boy, he was out there all by his lonesome trying to defend against that screen pass to the left.
4th down, 5. Nathan Vale will try a field goal. 31, make it a 41-yard attempt. And the kick is up, and he nails it. 41 yards.
In the first half, he tried a 50-yarder, had the distance just a bit left. That one had plenty of room to spare and right down the middle.
And remember, that drive started from the 1.5-yard line.
That's right.
So the Lobos cut the Cougar lead down to 3.
It'll be interesting to watch what kind of adjustments the Cougar offense makes on the line this time. They've been troubled by New Mexico has been bringing the blitz from a linebacker slot, played up close to the line. It's been giving them a little difficulty picking that up. They've been working on that on the sidelines, making some adjustments in technique in their lineup, hoping to pick that linebacker blitz up a little bit, give Walsh some more time.
Mr. Doug Miller, you know your prediction a couple of minutes ago?
What's that?
It has been updated on this attendance tonight. 33,659, the largest crowd to watch college football in the state of New Mexico.
That's right.
So a new record for...
That eclipses the old record even in Santa Fe, right?
That's right. Well, actually, La Cruces, yeah, New Mexico State and UTEP back in '86. They beat them by about 1,000.
Great night for the Lobos, no doubt.
Just took them a while to go over and count all those people. You got a guy over there counting. It took them a little while.
Well, they got to count noses in this north and south end zone.
Yeah, that's what they...
And there's a lot of noses.
Little clicker.
Yeah.
Click, click.
Like in the grocery store.
Right, right. That's great. You know, it's amazing to see 33,000 in this stadium. It looks, and you go down to Provo at 65. A lot of folks watching college football.
Well, no problem with leg strength by either of the kickers this evening. Every kickoff has been into the end zone.
Uh-oh. Late flag.
Yeah, flags coming up. A little late hit, I believe, on the kickoff.
Certainly wasn't a late kiss.
Here's a look at that scoring drive. 9 plays, 74 yards, 3 minutes and 21 seconds. 74 yards, and they only get a field goal.
Dead ball, personal foul against New Mexico, 15-yard penalty. First down.
And that's the kind of thing Francione will not stand for. He'll have a discussion with whoever was flagged there. Flag came way after the ball was down in the end zone.
But what it does is, you know, it's a great kick. You're 7 yards deep. You down it. You start at the 20, and all of a sudden it's first and 10 from the 35.
That's right.
Brigham Young will start up first and 10. They have a 3-point lead, 20-17 here in Albuquerque. Walsh likes the shotgun. Here comes Christensen, tries to sweep it outside. He's ridden out at the 41-yard line. Boy, a host of red jerseys led by Terry Moore, the inside backer, number 44.
Boy, every time I see big number 68, Jim Edwards, pull out there, I see that huge hand. Watch it in your screen right here. Look at that big left hand, and then Jim Edwards is going to make the block that gets Christensen around the corner to get the yardage. The glove.
The glove man. Maybe that should count like his weightlifting.
That's right.
I mean,
his bicep's going to get huge on that. Look at that thing. Get the glove, not the club, the glove.
Second down for Brigham Young. Walsh fires a dart. Christensen dances around. Boy, he fights to the 49-yard line. First down, BYU. Mateo Lona and McKinley tackled him down. First down, BYU.
A rare throw tonight to the backs. The reason you haven't seen BYU's backs involved in the passing game as much tonight as usual is because they've had to stay in and block. New Mexico blitzing a lot. This time they just come with a 4-man rush so Christensen can get out in the route, get in the zone, and catch the football.
Clock running, under 7 minutes to play at third quarter. Little counter misdirection in the backfield, and it didn't produce much. Mooley, the ball carrier, McKinley on the tackle.
That one looked like Mooley, and Walsh were confused from the start of that play. It didn't. Take a look. It looks like Mooley doesn't know if he's supposed to take an inside handoff or an outside handoff, and just that little bit of a delay gives you enough time to get penetration.
Second down, 10 from the 49. Walsh has probably called 50% of his plays from the shotgun tonight. Walsh is in trouble. Finds time. He's got Drage at the 15. And down at the 6-yard line. Boy, credit Walsh for dancing around. Ray Wilson finally pulled down Drage, a first down at the 6.
He always seems to get open, doesn't he, Craig? Big play. Watch Walsh. I've been impressed with his footwork. Not great foot speed with John Walsh, but he's got enough quickness to find himself a little seam and let the ball go. Now watch Ray Wilson. He can't find the football, and even though he's close to Drage, if he doesn't locate the football, Drage is going to catch it every time.
See that natural instinct for Drage to lean to get that extra yard.
And there's an isolation on Drage. He was running an in route. He was on the right side of the field, and when the quarterback starts to scramble, if you're the guy on that side of the field, you go deep, and that's what Drage did. Left Ray Wilson wondering what happened.
Christensen fights down to the 5-yard line. McKinley again on the tackle.
You have to wonder when the size of BYU will begin to wear on New Mexico. If you watch the Notre Dame Northwestern game this afternoon, Northwestern played great in the first half, but Notre Dame's size just started to dominate in the second half. We'll see how good that conditioning of New Mexico is this year as we get into the fourth quarter.
And in the first game, you have to realize, too, they've just come out of 2.5 weeks of practice. Little timing pattern in the corner. Up he goes. Incomplete. Flags are down. Dolman going for that 4th touchdown.
Dolman gets up a little bit slow. Boy, it was a pass just like that. Dolman dove out flat like he just did that he broke his collarbone on a couple of years ago.
Against Penn State.
That's right. Too many guys in motion that time for BYU.
Penalties decline. 3rd down.
Just a fade right. You see Dolman stretched out there and lands on that just like he landed that time. It comes out okay. Shook up just a little bit, but sometimes it knock the wind out of you to land right on your chest like that.
I remember that touchdown so well. He landed right on the end zone, right on the line.
He caught the ball.
Touchdown, and he broke his collarbone. Finished him for the year.
That's right. Having a discussion with Roger French, offensive coordinator, sending the play in with Bryce Dolman.
Brigham Young will call timeout with 4:54 to play in the 3rd quarter. It's a 3-point game here in Albuquerque. Brigham Young 20, New Mexico 17.
Terry. Jamal's back on the sideline. You got time coming out. Maybe after the touchdown. Oh, really?
Is he in street clothes? Yeah, there he is, right next to you, huh?
What's the matter with the camera?
First time in history, University Stadium is sold out.
Give him more room to operate in the end zone. Decline it, make it another down. If I'm a player, I'd rather have 10 yards to throw it in.
Yeah. the 5-yard line for Brigham Young. Matsuzaki in motion. Heimuli to handoff. Up the middle he goes. Touchdown.
The patented BYU draw trap again.
Huge hole. Huge hole.
Muley's having a big night, but so are those two guards for BYU that do all the pulling. Evan Pilgrim, Jim Edwards. And now Eric will attempt another Ernst extra point.
Kick is up, coming right at you. You caught that one, didn't you?
Came right in here into the booth.
Eric connects, and BYU builds a 10-point lead, 27-17. One more time.
Take a look at it again. See Jim Edwards drops back like pass and comes on the pull. They didn't even need to have the pulling guard that time. The hole was so big for Hemahemuli.
210-pounder. His first touchdown of the season. He didn't score last year. Did not score a touchdown last year. 27-17 the score. Now each week Geneva Steel will contribute $1,000 to the BYU Athletic Scholarship Fund in the name of the Geneva Steel Man of the Game, and we'll be naming that player just a little bit later. Mooley could get a few votes. Herrick will kick.
Everyone so far has been 9 yards deep in the end zone.
Winslow Oliver and Toronto Bannon back near the goal line to receive the kick. 4:52 to play in the quarter. Angles it to Oliver, and he will down at 5 yards deep. Returns have not been really a factor in this game.
Biggest return came on the last drive when he had a 15-yard penalty and started at the 35. That's the only way you can get out further than the 20.
The 5-yard run by Heimuli capped an 80-yard drive, 7 plays, 2:23 off the clock. Big series.
New Mexico has got to put something on the board.
Case with 233 yards passing. Winslow Oliver on the ground. Chews up 3. Tackled by Lenny Gomes. Gomes, one of the defensive captains this year. You know, he's an Outland candidate. Outland Trophy.
Strong player. When you're a nose and you're there in the interior of the line, and you're as strong, as effective as Gomes is, you draw a lot of attention. He's going to get blocked by the center and usually one of the guards, so he's double teamed most of the day. When he makes a tackle, it's a miracle. He's fought off 2 players.
Second down, 7. Stoney Case on the rollout. Hooks up with Zach Wesley for a first down at the 32-yard line. Vic Tarleton, the senior from Sacramento, put him down. But a first down for New Mexico.
And Tarleton was in good position this time on Wesley, but Wesley got his body in between the defender and the quarterback. It's just a perfect strike by Stoney Case. You can't be any closer than that. But the throw is perfect right in the numbers.
First down, 10 for the Lobos at the 32. On the eye. The pitch. Oliver. Cuts it outside at the 40, 45, 50. Watch out. 40, 30. And chasing him down was Patrick Mitchell.
You got an idea of the quickness of Winslow Oliver as he ran away from those linebackers. It looks like he got a little cramp in the hamstrings. But if you want to see some speed, Oliver, great moves, great feet. Watch him just pull away from the linebackers. Patrick Mitchell, though, the fastest guy on the BYU team, the WAC high hurdles champ. Watch this.
Well, he made
flies
up some ground.
Back into the pitcher.
Made up some ground. Patrick Mitchell, 160-pound junior on a Waco. He was about 5-6 yards behind Oliver. He turned on the jets and caught him. First and 10 from the 17-yard line. Back to the ground goes New Mexico. And that is Marcellus Davis. Well, they don't lose much. Oliver has to take a breather after that big run. Randy Brock put the hit on Davis. Davis, a 3-year letterman, a senior out of Oakland, California.
He's got great, they're like clones of one another, those single backs. They can send them in there, and Davis will run it hard. Nice spin move. Watch him spin off of the contact, off the initial contact. There's the hit. And that spin gets him an extra 4 yards. I mean, he takes a hit from Mazzotta and turns it up for 5 more and close to a first down.
You can see just shy of the first down.
By the way, on that last long run, Oliver went over the 100-yard mark for the day. 22 rushes for 103 yards.
Well, last year he had a big game too. 26 carries, 130 yards. New Mexico was shut out in that game, but Oliver just kind of went between the 20s all day.
Yeah. 4 times inside the 20 last year against BYU and came up empty without a score.
Freshman of the year. .309 to play, third quarter. A lot of time in this football game. 27-17, Brigham Young by 10, but New Mexico putting together an impressive drive.
Well, the way this game started out in the first quarter, it looked like it was going to be a defensive struggle, but since quarter 2, boy, offense is lighting it up.
7-6 after the first 15 minutes. It was 20-14 at the half. Fake the pitch. Boy, all the flow went left. Here comes Stoney Case. The flow went to the left side. Stoney Case could have walked in. Well, he almost did.
Your defensive end is your contain man on that side. Randy Brock came down. He wanted to get in on the tackle. He came underneath the quarterback on that pitch fake. He's going to go over and get Winslow Oliver, and then Case just came outside.
Nathan Vale will try to cut the lead back to 3. Good snap. Kick is up and good. We said it was going to be an important drive, and they just marched down.
Watch that pump fake right there, the pitch fake, draws the defense, and you see Brock right there, 97. He's sucked down inside. Your defensive ends always have to stay deeper than the quarterback. Case turns the corner. What do you think, Craig? NFL material? Stoney Case?
Scouts have to be impressed. He's mobile, got a good arm, seems to really handle the defenses. We shall see. 27-24. We got a ball game here in Albuquerque. Downstairs to Doug Miller.
Back on the sidelines, one of the appointments of the night. Second play of the game tonight. A sprained ankle for Jamal Willis. Gone for the game. Jamal, what do they tell you about it?
Well, they said that we're going to do further x-rays tomorrow, but it's really not that bad. It's just a sprain. They found out it's no broken bones or nothing. So I should be all right.
Doctor's optimistic he'll be back next week. Analyze what you see offensively tonight. How's the offensive line doing? Just tell me what the coaches have said.
Well, we started off struggling a lot because they were showing a lot of different defenses. And now before halftime, we went in halftime, and we just went over things and, recapped everything, and now we're pretty much got our game plan down.
Jamal, good luck to you, man. Thanks.
I think, too, Craig, the game plan has changed. They planned on running the football a little bit more against New Mexico with Jamal Willis, and with him out, they had to go more exclusively to the passing game.
Hugo Ojeda with a high kick. Taken at the goal line, and a fumble picked up by New Mexico. Eric Jack has it at the 26-yard line. Tyler Anderson took it at the goal line, and he fumbled.
All evening, the kicks have been deep in the end zone. Nobody's been able to bring one out. The first kick that's short enough to bring out. Let's see if we can see when it comes out. He covers it with 2 hands. But it looked like it was stripped by Ray Wilson.
Or Art Celestine.
Both of them in there on the tackle. Let's see if we get a better look this time. It's Ray Wilson on the left and Celestine on the right. There's Wilson, there's Celestine. They both grab the arms back. And Celestine takes a second snatch at it, and the ball comes out. Had it covered with 2 hands, and they still got it out of it.
That's a good camera angle. You can see right in the old breadbasket of Tyler Anderson. A 27-24 lead for Brigham Young, but the Lobos on the front porch at the 30 after that fumble recovery. Stoney Case sheds a tackler on the move at the 30, at the 25, cuts it, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 21-yard line. A 9-yard gain as Nathan Hall chased him down from behind. Turnovers tonight. Brigham Young has been stung twice. New Mexico early for that one, and the points have come off turnovers tonight.
That's right. BYU has 7, New Mexico 6 directly from turnovers. And New Mexico knocking on the door again. Watch how easily Case steps out of the tackle of Randy Brockes. He acts like he's not even there. It's kind of like nonchalance it, turns up the field. Good coverage in the secondary for BYU, but if you don't contain Case, he'll turn it into a 9-yard gain.
One of the leading rushers in this football game. Winslow Oliver. We see him stop around the 21-yard line, cuts it back up. He just sidestepped Greg Pitts. Travis Hall was hanging around too, and he said, see ya, cut it back, picked up 2. Now and the first down.
What prevented that from being a big gain was the penetration that Pitts had. He came about 3 yards into the backfield and forced Oliver to make that cut. Otherwise, Oliver may get more.
Clock running, under 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Craig Bolerjack, Blaine Fowler, Doug Miller. In Albuquerque, New Mexico, the start of the 1993 season. Brigham Young, a number 19 preseason pick. And New Mexico is making them work. Flags go down. Stoney Case.
That was one of those where you had a free play. Lenny Gomes jumping off sides, but everyone on the New Mexico team just stood there, and they blew it dead. But
offside defense.
When the defense is off, you've got to go ahead with the play. You may break a big one because the defense may slack off. You get a 15 or 20 yarder, but everyone stopped on both teams. Case just goes to the ground and ends up being a 5-yard penalty.
I think Lenny Gomes got it going there and couldn't get it stopped. Made contact and they threw the flag.
See, no contact there. They did not blow the ball dead. Case decided to just fall down, and the backs just stood there. Oliver just stood there, thinking the play was blown dead.
2 minutes to play in the third quarter. 1st and 5 from the 15. Oliver the handoff, dances up, dives past the 10 for the first down at the 9-yard line. Well, where did he come from? Looks like he just jumped off a bed spring.
Watch him slice through the defense. He's going to turn his upper torso sideways right here and then just slice through the defense and then lunges like he's off of a spring at the end for an extra 4 yards. 1st and 10. In fact, 1st and goal, just inside the 10-yard line. By the way, that's Oliver's 7th career 100-yard game.
Only a sophomore. Into the end zone, nearly picked off Patrick Mitchell. Boy, up he went one-on-one with Toronto Bannon.
Bad decision by Stoney Case to throw it in there, but could have been a huge play for BYU had Mitchell intercepted that. Would have come back out to the 20. So an opportunity missed for BYU here. Good coverage. Case forces it in. And watch how close this is to an interception. Mitchell right there, right through both hands.
Right off his face mask. 2nd down, goal to goal from the 9-yard line. 35 to play, third quarter. The lone back is Oliver. They set up the screen to the tight end.
Boy, Herget ran it all the way, but missed the tackle 5 yards deep.
David Sloan, the third-string tight end, made the reception.
Travis Hall had it read as well and made the tackle. A 2-yard loss. Watch Herget. Herget reads this all the way. He's on the left side. He starts to come and then drops back into it. He's coming full speed and misses the tackle. And then Hall picks up a loose chip.
Slowed him down just enough. We'll get an assist. Less than a minute to play. 3rd down, 12. Stoney Case stands up, fires. What a catch. Up he goes. O'Banion. Touchdown.
Case took an absolute shot as he let go of the football. If you're going to be a great quarterback, you got to stand in there in the face of a rush and deliver the football. He stepped up and threw it, took a shot, and what a catch by O'Banion.
Vail will try the point after. What a ball game. 49 seconds to play in the third quarter. Brigham Young had a 10-point lead just minutes ago. And now New Mexico and this crowd of over 33,000.
Take a look at the replay. I don't know if you'll be able to see the hit that Hall puts on. But Case takes a big, what a catch. Goes up, stretches out on the fingertips, and brings it in. Take another look. Take a look what happens to O'Bannon at the end of this play. Just on the fingertips, turns it. I don't even know how he came back down on his feet, Craig.
He was almost parallel.
Stoney Case really hammered on the end of that play. A couple of BYU players sandwiched him. He got up and limped to the sidelines, favoring his right knee. I'll check on his disposition.
Scott Peterson, a 187-pound sophomore from Thousand Oaks, California, is his backup. Boy, Stoney Case has to be near that 300-yard passing mark.
Very impressive this evening.
There he is, Teron O'Banion, the senior. Caught 14 balls last season. He's put together quite a night. Stoney Case being looked at.
They'll need him down the wire. This thing is, I believe the scoring's far from over in this football game. These offenses are heated up now.
Hugo Ojeda with the kick. Nowatzki from the 5. Cuts it outside, spins out of bounds at the 23-yard line. So John Walsh and Brigham Young with some work to do. You have to go back, though, Blaine, and let me just ask you this. The absence of Jamal, the absence of Kalen Hall, the absence of a Eli Herring up front. What do you think?
Well, I think that makes a big difference, especially having Kalen and Jamal out. BYU would like to have run the football, controlled it, and let their defense rest a little bit. This New Mexico offense is very potent. You can bet that the defense of BYU is tired of being out on the field. And while BYU has scored a lot of points, they've done it very quickly and haven't controlled the football. And Jamal Willis, even if you just had Jamal Willis, it would have made a difference. They would have gone a little bit more exclusively to the run.
Well, the 2 turnovers tonight has cost Brigham Young 13 points. That fumble by Tyler Anderson, and the Lobos take it in. 43 seconds to play in the quarter. Stoney Case's numbers, 19 of 29, with 2 strikes and 252 yards.
Got a rushing touchdown to go with those 2 passing touchdowns also.
The backs are split. Christensen looking for a hole, and he dives past the 25 to the 27-yard line. Jared Anderson, the nose tackle, chased him down from behind. Boy, Anderson had to cover a lot of ground coming from his nose spot.
Well, anytime your nose tackle makes a tackle on the sideline, that's a lot of effort. Usually they're big guys, Anderson is, and to run from the center of the field to the sideline, that's quite a play. Got Edwards and Pilgrim out in front. Now watch Anderson fly into your picture. Coming from the nose, you got to run over about 20 yards. That's just a good hustle. That's just a great effort.
Second down 5 from the 27-yard line. Walsh wants to throw. Well, he got Christensen up, and he took a pop on the back numbers. Herb McKinley. They say he is physical. Bingo. Spun him around. That ends the third quarter. 15 minutes to play. New Mexico leading number 19 Brigham Young. 31-27. Back after this.
That breeze stopped and this warmed up. You got what? Oh, no question. They're playing great. We may have 3 more scores in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's how this game's going. Great for our ratings.
If you can take a shot of Case over there, I'll give you a little line on it.
Hey, Terry, anybody watching that Utah game by chance? Just curious if how they're doing. Who?
Arizona State.
Yeah.
Terry, did you say Arizona State? 14 zip. Okay.
Did it warm up again, or am I imagining it?
Just now a little bit.
I think the breeze stopped, and now I'm hot. I want air conditioning in my booth from now on. Could you talk to him about it?
Case has got a deep bruise in that left thigh. They taped a bunch of padding on it.
You want to take it out of the break, Doug?
Yeah, if you want.
Sure.
You can reestablish and then pitch down if you have time. Why don't you do that so I won't step on you?
We start the fourth quarter in Albuquerque. Craig Bolerjack, Blaine Fowler, Doug Miller. Buckle up. 31-27, New Mexico. Play action for Walsh. Downfield. Up goes Bryce Dolman. Inside the 45 to the 42-yard line. Boy, he just kind of looked like he was splitting hurdles there as he made the reception. Charles Butler, the right corner, on coverage for New Mexico.
Well, they really like Jim Edwards, and this is why he can get out and run with the quarterback. He's out there as an escort. And look at the time Walsh has to work his way up the field and look back to the center. Dolman came all the way from the left side of the field on an in route, a post-cross route. Goes up to make a great catch. Working against Charles Butler out there. It's a long way to chase a guy.
Well, look at the yardage tonight. Over 700 total yards. 417 for the Lobos. 340 for Brigham Young. Hey, Mooley gets the call. He'll pick up a couple. Buddy Billingsley.
Lobos across the way are warming up backup quarterback number 7, Fred Schweer. But I'm told that Stoney Case will come back in. He has a bruise in that left thigh. They've taped a big pad on the inside of the jersey pants. You'll see the straps of tape around there holding that pad plate. They say the injury, the bruise, not that deep, and he should be back this next offensive series.
Second down 8 from the shotgun. Walsh down the middle. Dolman reaches out, incomplete.
Down the middle again, Dolman open. No free safety. He had about 3 steps on the defense that time, Craig, but John Walsh just a little overthrown. Great protection that time. He had all the time in the world to stand back there and pick his receiver out.
Third down 8. Stands up. Picked off and dropped. McKinley.
Herb McKinley had 6 points the other way.
I think he was counting them all, too, and never pulled that ball in.
Walsh was on the right hash. You watch where he is. He's on the right hash, and then he's going to try to throw the ball in the flat on the left side of the field. You can't get away with it. You can't get away with it, even if you're John Elway, because the defensive back has too much time to break on the football. And, oh, boy, 6 points the other way for Herb McKinley if he catches that interception.
Boardman end over end, trying to angle it, and he did not get a good kickoff. Let's see, the official continues to walk up the line, and they're going to spot it at the 30, call it the 28-yard line. A 9-yard punt. Lobos will have the football when we come back. 13:38 to play. Backed up Stony Case, even though Scott Peterson beat him. You knew that Schweer's the guy they'd want in this situation. That's what I was trying to just confirm.
But I'm trying to find him in here. He's not even in here.
No.
Yeah, who?
Schweer.
Schweer's not even in their media guy.
Well, he's listed in their speed card as number 7.
Yeah, we've got him in the speed card, but we're trying to look up a little bit of background on him, and he's not in their media guy.
I know that he...
Case is back in there, and I think, you know, unless some other injury happens, but they have got Schweer warming up.
I was almost positive, though, Schweer was the guy who backed him up last year.
How are they spelling it?
S-C-H-W-E-E-R.
There he is.
Senior.
6'3", 208, Irvine, California.
So he transferred?
Played at Oregon State. Redshirt in 89. Schweer played in 90 and started 4.
2 games.
So he's a transfer?
Well, he did play 92, though. That's weird. I don't know what that means.
Look at that.
They've taped both legs just so one's not a target, but the padding is inside the left pant leg on the front, right on the front of the thigh.
Okay.
Good. They taped both to let him not know which one.
That's what one of the trainers said.
That's interesting. That's thinking.
Stony Case all taped up, ready to play. 251 yards passing, a couple of touchdowns. And his rushing yardage, 42 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Play action. Downfield, O'Banion at the 50. Stumbles at the 45, down at the 42-yard line.
And Case took a hit right on the legs again. Nathan Hall in there. Watch the hit he takes as he lets the football go. I've been impressed with Case, the way he stands in the pocket and throws, even when he knows he's going to get hit right on those legs again, and delivers the ball perfectly to O'Bannon. O'Bannon working out there against DeMooney one-on-one. Just outran. O'Bannon has tremendous speed, Craig.
A watch for the play of the game brought to you by Macy's Food and Drug. Following tonight's game during our post-game show, there's been a lot of plays to choose from. 13-14 to play. The pitch to Winslow Oliver. Dances outside the 40. And he is tackled at the 37-yard line. He'll pick up a couple. Nathan Hall, left outside backer, got him for Brigham Young. You know, his size, he has to be durable. 5'8", 172. You know, some guys that get nicked a little bit, that's it. But he has taken some hits, and he keeps getting up.
The key is when you're out there, you can't be diving and ducking and looking for a place to hide. You'll notice whenever contact's going to be made, he tries to initiate that contact. He accelerates into it, and he gets the best of the contact a lot of times. He'll knock a defender backward.
Walter Payton lasted for years doing the same thing. O'Banion, the slot man, back of the ground. Oliver, and he is stopped, maybe a yard.
Travis Hall stepped up and took on the lead blocker and just stuffed the whole thing in the backfield. Remember Walter Payton said, you know, he says the old saying, you can dish it out, but you can't take it. Why take it? Dish it all out. That's what he said.
Maybe you can see the 2 bands of tape around Stone Case's left thigh. There's a big pad that's taped on the inside of the jersey pants on his left leg. There's also 2 bands of tape around his right leg, and one of the trainers said they taped that leg so one's not a target.
A little camouflage. Back he goes. He gets the football away to Chris Griffin. Number 81, a sophomore tight end. Brian Hughes wrapped him up.
That one's going to be short of the first down, so they'll bring up 4th and short. Hughes playing right behind. When you've got a 3rd down play, and that's what Griffin, you see him shaking his head, you got to know where the sticks are. You get up the field, you get past the first down marker, so if you have to come back, you got it. He thought he was beyond it, got tackled, now he's disappointed in himself. He knew he needed to get 2 yards further up the field and get that first down.
4th down from the 33-yard line.
That doesn't happen many times here. Stony Case has to call for quiet.
On the run, Winston reaches out, made the catch, but out of bounds, and completes the call. So BYU will take over on downs at the 33.
Big play. We talk about a game of inches. If Winston's another foot inbounds, another big first down play, working on Tarleton one-on-one over there on the sideline on a quick out. And look how close it is. Case delivers the ball. Oh, he dropped the football, So not only was he out of bounds, it was on the ground.
Dennis Francione pacing the sideline. He was not happy having to open this season up against Brigham Young, but his team has played very well. On first down, Walsh dancing out of trouble, throws it downfield, incomplete. There was a receiver, Terrence Salioni, the tight end, was in the area. Damon Brist putting the pressure on.
Now Walsh rolling out to his left. He's got Burris trailing, 311-pounder, and he feels him coming. I don't know. If I'm John Walsh, I have to have enough confidence to think that I can outrun Burris here. He's got a 311-pounder chasing him. He turns it back because he's afraid he's going to get run down. Of course, he doesn't know who is chasing him, and nobody's on Salioni. He continues out about 3 more steps and throws a touch pass into Salioni for about a 30-yard gain.
Second down, Haymouli has a hole off the left side, upended at the 40-yard line. Herb McKinley lowered the shoulder on him. Haymouli has run well tonight.
Boy, Empey with a big block on that left side to open that hole for Haymouli.
31-27 New Mexico. Coming up on the 11-minute mark of the fourth quarter.
That draw trap again, Pilgrim on the pull. See if you can see Empey here on the left side, 66, with a big seal block to open that hole for Hema Haymouli.
Third down, less than 2. Walsh throws into the backfield. Haymouli pulls it down, out of bounds. That stops the clock with 10:49 to play. McKinley, well, he has covered a lot of ground tonight. Number 26, a first down for Brigham Young.
Just released the fullback out of the backfield, called a hot read. If the backer comes, you just turn it out real quick and let the quarterback deliver the ball. You only need 2 yards. Great call. Haymouli makes the catch.
Nearly took Francione with him, the head coach of New Mexico. First and 10 from the 47. The backfield is split. Christensen on the sweep. Trying to dance it outside. And he's put down. Eric Jack did a nice job kind of holding him up. And then Mateo Lona came in and said thank you, cleaned the table.
Terry Moore got in. Tremendous penetration, 5 yards deep in the backfield. And what happened was he was so deep that when Evan Pilgrim came to go on his pole, he tripped him up. There was nobody out in front of Peterson. Let's see if you can see it. 70, Pilgrim out here. Now watch Pilgrim go down. Boom, right there. That's because of the penetration. And now Christensen doesn't have anybody out in front to block the corner.
From the shotgun, second down 9. Walsh looking downfield, flushed into that pocket. The offensive line can't do much more than that. Finally finds Nowatzki. He's going in. 6 points, Brigham Young. Unbelievable play.
The defensive backs couldn't even believe he caught it. They stood there in amazement after he caught the ball, Craig. If you're a defensive back, you got to be tired of being back there trying to cover guys for 15 seconds like that. Walsh dancing all over the place. And the BYU offensive line hanging with their blocks and helping them out back there.
Oh, what a roller coaster ride we've been on tonight.
And now Herrick has an opportunity to make yet another Ernst extra point.
Hey, that's a play. That is a catch.
What an catch.
And the kick up and through the uprights. 34-31, Brigham Young.
And a late flag.
We'll check it out when we come back. 9:52 to play. Hold on. Back after this. That's That's a touchdown.
You see the free safety? That's got to be the play of the game if they win.
Yeah, it is.
He was coming across, and all of a sudden Nowatzki caught it, and he turned around like,
what?
Where the heck did he come from?
How did he catch it, though? I mean, that's unbelievable.
Where did he come from? That was a great throw. I was trying to see who made that block when he came back in. Some player of the game?
Gosh.
Jeez, it could be Drage. It could, no, Doman. Bryce Doman.
That was Nowotny that made the catch, wasn't it?
Nowatzki,
yeah.
Watch this. I'm trying to see who made this block right here. See, he hung with it. Was it? There it is. It's Empey. That was a great block right there. See, Empey comes back. He loses his guy, but comes back and makes it. Yeah, I like it so far. Look at this. See, there's the free.
Like what?
He's like, oh my gosh.
That was McKinley. Said, you got to be kidding me.
Eric Jack, 3.
It'd have to be some play to eclipse that one.
He turns around like, you got to be kidding me. Where'd that guy come from? Unbelievable. Boy, my pick is way
Personal
off.
foul, BYU.
So
no,
I have him kick it from the 30.
In the pools, whatever.
From the, so they're going to have him kick it from the 20, a 15-yard. Okay. We're going to see that touchdown again?
I hope so. All right.
Well, the hero of the moment right there is Tim Nowatzki. 53-yard touchdown. Walsh danced around, got the ball to him. Nowatzki fully extended and runs it in to make it 34-31. There was also a flag on that point after attempt. Personal foul against Brigham Young, so Herrick will have to kick from the 20-yard line.
He kicks this one into the end zone, Craig. It'll be amazing.
He got his foot on it at the 10-yard line. There's Winslow Oliver. At the 30, 35, 40, 45, up to midfield 50, at the 40, 35, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
Let's take a look at the touchdown first. Watch the BYU linemen stay with their blocks. Walsh is going to be moving all over the place. The defensive backs about now are going crazy. And watch Empey come back, number 66, and make the block right here that frees Walsh up for that extra 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 seconds. And the catch by Nowatzki, fully extended. And you see Eric Jack, the free safety, just kind of turn around and say, what, you got to be kidding me. Where did that guy come from? 6 points for Nowatzki.
Boy, I'd say I'm running out of breath tonight. After that play, you get another big one. 57-yard kickoff return by Winslow Oliver, New Mexico. They're down 3, and they're at the 33-yard line of Brigham Young. Gomes on the run. Case fires, nearly picked off by Mitchell. Boy, credit Zach Wesley. He played defender that time and knocked the ball away.
And here's that run back. Now what happens, Herrick kicks it as deep as usual. That would have been 6 yards deep in the end zone. And you give Winslow Oliver a chance to get going full speed up the field. You're going to have a hard time bringing it around. Herrick, the kicker, diving to make a tackle. And Jack DeMooney was the free safety of the kickoff team, the safety man. And it's a good thing he was back there. That was 6 points.
34-31, Brigham Young, 9:37 to play. Fourth quarter, second down, Temple, New Mexico. Quick drop, a little pump. Stoney Case runs out of trouble, throws it downfield, and incomplete. Some of the fans want a flag. Tarleton got hooked up with Winston. That ball
and
underthrown.
Nathan Hall later. You see Case right there. Kind of Nathan Hall lowered the boom on Case as he let the football go.
I think that's what the Lobos wanted a flag for. Nathan Hall just absolutely pancaked Stoney Case.
You know, you've got to credit BYU with just what, Craig? 1 sack at this point. You got to credit Stoney Case. He's had some pressure. He's getting rid of the football and he's scrambling and not allowing the BYU Cougars, even when there is pressure, to bring him down for a loss.
Third down, 10 from the 33. Brigham Young with a shift up on that defensive line. Stoney Case reads it and he throws underneath the backers to his tight end. That's number 88, David Sloan, the third-string tight end. Boy, nice read at the line.
Really was. He caught BYU in blitz coverage, just had his tight end turn over in the seam. He had Jack DeMooney playing a man-on-man, but playing from the outside. David Sloan, big guy, 6'7", 235-pounder. Look at the size of him.
Just a kid.
Yeah, just a young guy. big tight end.
1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. The tailback is Marcellus Davis. Case with the pitch. Davis runs it along the far sideline. At the 13-yard line, he's bumped out of bounds. Number 49, Nate Hall there to...
Well, that's taking a chance with Stoney Case. That bad leg's a left one, and they're going to bring him on an option with that left leg right on the line of scrimmage. He pitches it out at the last minute.
Well, the tape's coming off of him, too.
Yeah,
I mean, Dennis Francione. He is a winner everywhere he's gone. Graduated from Pittsburgh State in '73. Went back to his alma mater. Coached, 5 years? He ran up a record of 53-6. Stoney Case busted play.
Nowhere to hide. Randy Brock coming from the backside that time. Case thought he might be able to escape out the back door, but Randy Brock was having nothing of it. I think if I saw Randy Brock coming full speed from the backside, I'd kind of get down.
There's a look at the Cougars sideline. Roger French.
Big 3rd down play here.
Third down 7 from the Cougar 14. Stoney Case pumps. Cougars get him, and he fumbles the football. Brigham Young has it.
Randy Brock. Huge play for the BYU defense. The sack was not that big a deal. Lobos still in field goal range on the sack, but the fumble eliminates the opportunity for 3 points and a tie at this point in the game. So a huge fumble.
Nixon just literally blew Case loose from the ball. They blew him 5 yards back in the backfield. The ball was still just laying there.
We got 3 guys, no place to run and hide for Stoney Case that time. And look, Herget's looking for the football and can't find it there.
Where is it? And like Doug said, 5 yards back. Brigham Young will go to the ground, and a big hit on Christensen. Mateo Lona. Boy, just knocked him back 3 yards. His shoes are still sitting there at the 20.
Well, I like Mateo Lona. He can play on my team anytime. He's had a great football game from his linebacker position for the Lobos.
There's a look at that Cougar bench. Guess who was Randy Brock sucking some air there.
Yeah.
You know, some had wondered if the Lobos would be able to stay with BYU's size tonight. Their physical conditioning, the improvements there, just immeasurable.
I think that weight room they put in, the payoff is showing right here tonight. Heavy pressure, Walsh ducks. Oh, how'd he get away? Houdini still on his feet at the 10. Throws downfield. The catch made Dolman. We just saw Houdini.
I don't know how he keeps on doing it, Craig. Walsh is not a fast guy, but he sure has some nifty moves in the pocket. I like how he keeps his head up the field, and even though he's scrambling, he's not looking to run the football. He's trying to find a receiver. Mateo Lona back in the backfield again, as usual, and Walsh just going all over the place. Credit that line for staying with their guys, keeping track of their quarterback. The secondary's got to be going nuts on the New Mexico side of the field. We're talking Dolman coming all the way from the left to the right sideline.
A Mooley up the middle, still on his feet. Past the 45, down to the 42-yard line. That ball squirted free for just a moment. Terry Moore was hanging on the back of Mooley, and Hema able to reach out, pull it back in. A first down at the 43-yard line.
How'd you like to be a defensive back for New Mexico today, Craig? You'd be tired.
Oh, yeah.
You got to cover the guys 15 seconds on every play.
Mooley just a nose. Well, he just keeps those legs going. Runs in the family, doesn't it? His brother Locke did the same thing. This time, no place to roam, maybe a yard. Mateo Lona again wraps him up along with Dan Coverly.
Coverly in the game. Backs up Billingsley at that outside linebacker spot, held his ground.
Clock. The becoming a factor. Coming up on the 6-minute mark.
BYU wants to put a score on the board this drive, but they also want to leave as little time as possible with that explosive New Mexico offense.
Play action. They hook up with Saluoni. A pickup of 2, maybe 3. Roxton Thomas, the outside backer. They call him the Bandit. He is responsible for pass coverage.
T.C. Carter, number 74, the Lobos' big nose tackle, takes himself out. I noticed he was limping badly on that last play. He hobbles to the sideline. Looks like maybe a left knee.
T.C. Carter, a redshirt freshman. The biggest surprise in their fall camp, by the way.
Now a big third down play for BYU.
Third down 4 from the Lobo 38. Walsh in the shotgun. Lobo showing blitz. Here he comes. Down goes Walsh. Mateo Lona.
They can't stop him. They tried to block him with the guard. He ran right over the top of the guard and tried to pick him up with Christensen, the fullback, and he ran right over the top of Christensen.
That's been a big frustration all night. Roger French has had him over here and blocking 101 all evening. They cannot pick up that linebacker that blitzes from up close.
You can't. You can just see the end of it, but I don't know how he gets back there that fast. He had to take on 2 blockers on his way in, and he got back there as fast as Walsh did.
Boardman with the kick. O'Banion will let it bounce, and into the end zone it goes. 4:19 to play. Brigham Young by 3. We'll be back to Albuquerque after this. Bryce Doman. Boy, I hate to...
Another big catch, though. I mean, just made another big catch.
Doman?
Yeah, that...
Yeah.
So how are we going to do it? A 30-second. We can do it already? All right.
I can just hear radio right now. Bryce Doman.
What? Yeah, let's give it to a defensive guy. The Lobos only have 31 points.
However, you can catch all of the exciting action live on Q3.
I'll tell you what, there could be 2 more scores in this game.
Yeah. Doman, I tell you what, I would have even... Haymuli
had a great game.
Yeah, Haymuli. Doman's touchdown, and the fumble recovery was huge.
He's got the fumble recovery. He's
2
got
touchdowns.
Some good catches. You know, he's had a good game. A lot of guys had a good game. Paul will want Lenny Gomes.
Yeah.
Just because we could win.
New Mexico down 3 and with the football at the 20-yard line. 4:19 to play. Stoney Case has gone the distance. Stands up, sets up the screen, and down goes Winslow Oliver. Good read by that Cougar defense. White jerseys just hanging around. They stayed home. Played their spot.
They tried to run that screen twice now, and Herget has read it extremely well and been right out in the screen. He was there, turned Oliver back to the inside. Take a look. Watch Herget. 36 will come into your screen here. He's out there. They haven't fooled him. Forces Oliver back to the inside, where the rest of the game, Randy Brock and Lenny Gomes can make the tackle.
A loss of 4 on the play. 2nd down, 14. Case started off with a shotgun. Now he takes the ball from center. Quick drop. The ball tipped at the line, incomplete. A 3rd down for New Mexico.
Nathan Hall getting a hand on the football from his linebacker position. I don't know if that was good or bad, because the coverage by Tarleton on the outside was good enough to maybe get an interception. And Tarleton probably comes in, hey, don't block those ones when I'm in position. We can see Tarleton in pretty good position to make the play out on the outside. Get those hands up.
New Mexico has been so successful in 3rd down tonight. able to make that big play from the 16-yard line. 3rd and 14. Case with the pump, going for the deep ball, and Winston was the intended receiver. Tartleton on coverage, and he throws it about 2 rows deep in that New Mexico sideline.
Tarleton had good position that time. That time he got his back on the receiver. When the receiver looked, he turned to the quarterback and was in good position. Uncatchable ball, but had it been thrown well, Tarleton was right there.
Mike Nesbitt will have the chore now of booting the football from his own 1-yard line. Drage and Mike Johnston back to receive the punt. Drage calls for the fair catch at the 44-yard line. We'll take a break. 3:23 to play.
Steelman.
Doman, you think, Doug?
I think so, with the 3 TDs.
And he's had some great catches.
Yeah. Is that who you want post-game?
Yeah.
All right.
Brigham Young with the football at the 44-yard line. Walsh throws it outside to Drage. He's stacked up, but he picks up 5 on first down. I guess that's one way to try to cool off a heavy linebacker blitz. Take the quick drop and throw it outside.
Yeah, put Drage one-on-one on a guy and see if he can't beat him out there. Good read. Walsh saw the linebackers up on the line of scrimmage ready to come. See him up there like they're going to blitz. Mateolona just throws it out. And a Drage, he's got the quickness and ability to break those. Sometimes you throw a 1-yard ball, you get yourself a 60-yard touchdown.
You know, Walsh is going to have nightmares tonight. He'll just see 5-5 coming at him. 5s, 55, 55. He's been all over him tonight.
Walsh has ducked him a lot of times, though. 2nd
down 4 for Brigham Young at midfield. Hand off Chad Knowles, and he leans forward near the 45-yard line. Damon Burris wrapped him up. Chad Knowles, first time we've had a look at him tonight. Kind of a all-purpose player in Chad Knowles. They may have to measure here, and they're going to bring the sticks out.
A little short.
Matsuzaki will come in on 3rd down and less than 1.
Bringing 2 receivers and bring Knowles on the football. Going to go with a 1-back set.
Oh, the Lobo howl. You can hear it. Crowd trying to spark this Lobo defense. 2:29 to play. Walsh the keeper.
Boy. Didn't get much, but only needed a few inches. They brought in 3 receivers and tried to spread the defense out, and New Mexico said, fine, we'll cover each of these guys with 1 man. The rest of us are staying in here. I think they're going to have to bring the chains in again and measure this one. What do your calibrated eyeballs say, Craig?
Tell you what, I don't think the Cougars really got that good a spot.
No, I don't think they did either. I'm going to say short.
You know what? From the spot right now, I think you're right. Well, for each BYU football game this season, Geneva Steel has asked the KSL sports team to select the outstanding player of the game and name him Geneva Steelman of the game. And just short, as you see, and as we look at Bryce Doman with 3 touchdowns tonight, he is the Geneva Steelman of the game. A couple of receptions, had the fumble recovery for a 6. He had made that big catch.
There's numbers to date: 5 receptions, 111 yards, 3 touchdowns. Of course, he had 1 touchdown for 0 yards.
That's right.
But Had a great game, some circus catches.
Bryce Doman, the Geneva Steel man of the game.
BYU gonna go for it.
4th down and maybe 2 inches.
Big play here. I mean, if you don't get it, New Mexico's offenses look good, a little dead in the last drive, but they're going to have tremendous field position.
What's the call, former QB?
They'll go quarterback sneak again.
All right, Walsh has him set down. Hey, Mooley, the fullback. Walsh dropped the snap. New Mexico football.
You have to wonder about going for it, but you could tell Walsh was going to do a quarterback sneak. He looked real uneasy under the center, trying to get his feet ready to go, and just didn't get the snap. New Mexico on defense, they tried to shoot underneath and to try to take the legs out from under the offensive lineman. A super job. And was that Billingsley that came up with a fumble recovery? Huge play. New Mexico has great field position now. First start for Buddy Billingsley tonight, and comes up with a huge play for the Lobos.
Stoney Case fires downfield, hooks up near the first down marker, and the catch made by Zach Wesley. Right now they're going for the hurry up. 1:56 to play.
2 minutes left, Craig. What do you think? Hate to second guess, but punt it down and get them deep in their own territory and make them play?
Well, I'm no coach.
Although, as Lou Holt says, if you can't get 3 inches, you don't deserve it. Fumbled snap.
Now, we talked about this in the pregame about John Walsh. Good quarterback, good young man. But you got to remember, 3 games under his belt before being injured last year. Winslow Oliver spins up, picks up 5. Lenny Gomes wrapped him up, big number 90. But Walsh, in this situation, you got to remember, he didn't play for nearly a year, and that's a tough situation to be in.
Well, in New Mexico, you got a brand new center in this year also, and Ron Simmons, and so you go with a guy new at both positions in the middle.
Another completion. Now they say no. In and out of the hands.
Boy, Patrick Mitchell put the hit on. Casey Mazzota, Patrick Mitchell.
Stops the clock with 1:26 to play.
They separate the ball from O'Bannon. Take a look. He actually brings it in. It's a good throw, and then, boom. Boy, Patrick Mitchell puts the shoulder pad right where the football is. You know, if you're New Mexico here and you get in field goal range, Craig, I don't think there's any question you try to kick the field goal if you're on 4th down, because it's a whack game and a tie is better than a loss, and I think they'd try for a field goal.
Marcellus Davis, the lone back. He comes out of the backfield. Down the middle, overthrows his tight end, Williams. And now a flag comes down at the 23.
They're going to call Brian Hughes with a pass interference. We'll have to look on the replay. It looks like he knew he was beat and reached out and grabbed a hold. He's not arguing at all.
1:23 to play. Well, we've done a lot of football, Mr. Fowler. What an opener.
Boy, I'll tell you what. A minute 23, we may have 2 more scores yet. The way this thing's gone.
You know, this game is creeping up on a 4-hour game. You realize that? It kicked off at 6:03.
Boy.
Spot foul. First down.
Spot foul. In other words, it's going to go to where the interference occurred. Now take a look, and you'd be the judge. Does Brian Hughes, number 41, is he beat? Does he reach out and grab a hold? There it is, the left hand. He knew he was beat. He reached around the waist and tried to stop the touchdown. That's a smart play to do, but it wasn't a good throw. If you're beat for a touchdown, you got to reach out and grab a hold.
1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Stoney Case finds his man and through the arms of Carl Winston. That ball may have floated out there a little bit.
Did, took off on Case. Winston, relatively quiet second half. Made some big catches in the first half, but haven't heard from him much here in the second half. Their possession receiver.
He caught a pass early in this game to keep the streak alive. He's caught a pass in 36 consecutive games.
32 straight starts for the young man.
Durable. 1:20 to play. Second down 10 from the 23. Davis remains the tailback. Case going up top. Davis off the helmet of Todd Herget.
Herget concentrating so on the defense there. He was watching the eyes of the receiver. The ball came in short, hit him right dead center in the back of the helmet.
Boy, Marcellus Davis had Herget beat, and Herget knew he was beat, got on his horse and said, I have got to get to this receiver. That's the exact matchup you want out there. We talked about it earlier, a back running up the sideline on the linebacker. And, hey, that's using your head, Todd Herget.
I knew it was coming. I tell you what.
I just had to say it.
2 hands and a head. I mean, you know, it's like having 3 hands out there. Whatever it takes, get it done.
That's right. That ball actually underthrown. Had Case thrown it up in the air and made Davis go after it, that would have been a touchdown.
1:15 on the 4th quarter clock.
I've said this about 4 times, but huge third down play. We've had a lot of huge plays in this game, Craig.
Yeah, that's not a cliche.
No, every third down play in this last 10 minutes has been big play.
Kind of a different way for Stoney Case to get ahead, though.
You know what? I don't know about you guys, but yeah.
Bad, Doug.
Bad. I don't know about you guys, but think about it. You get the feel, it's kind of like a bowl game.
It's amazing. For New Mexico, it is. You hear the wolf howling down on the field.
I mean, it's September 4th. I mean, we got to go through this for 11 weeks. Oh, it's great, though.
You remember what happened on the last big third down play? BYU comes with a blitz, and they sack Stoney Case, and he fumbles the football. Let's see if BYU comes after the quarterback again here on 3rd and 10.
Well, if they would kick a field goal, if they should score, you've got to go back to the 3rd down in inches, the 4th down in an inch, and the fumbled snap.
That's right. This will be, if they don't get any yardage on this play, it would be a 40-yard field goal attempt.
3rd down 10 from the 23-yard line. Stoney Case on the rollout. Hooks up. Zach Wesley. But not much yardage. Stops the clock with 1:06 to play.
Here comes the field goal team. Plenty of leg for a 40-yarder. In fact, I think they got a yard or 2 on the play, so let's see where they spot the ball. Actually, they lost yardage on that one. Case goes to the outside, trying to get them a little bit closer and maybe break a big play. With Patrick Mitchell right there, and the ball is dropped. Okay, incomplete. That's why it goes back to the line of scrimmage. So a 41-yarder.
Now BYU will try to freeze up Nathan Vale just a little bit. This is going to be a 41-yard kick, and Vale connected on a 41-yarder in the 3rd quarter.
And he had plenty of distance, and it was right down the middle. A little more pressure this time, though, Craig.
Doug, how about the wind? Looks dead still out there.
Dead still. Wind not a factor at all in this game tonight. I'm just looking at the flags on the top of the goalpost. Not a breath of wind here on the field. Other than the Lobos wind, you can hear them start to howl.
You heard the howl, and we just had a great picture of the big cheese, the moon. Looked like a big piece of cheese up there.
It did, yeah.
I'm hungry now.
Timeouts remaining. 1 apiece. 1 for Brigham Young, 1 for New Mexico.
Now keep in mind, Craig, with 1:06 left in this football game, they make this field goal.
A lot of time.
The game's tied up. A minute left for BYU. That's an eternity the way the teams have scored today. 41-yard attempt.
Nathan Vale, 41-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold. He's got the leg. No good.
Looks like it was wide to the left.
Plenty of distance, wide to the left, so BYU sighs a big sigh of relief. And they've got to kill 1 minute and 2 seconds here on offense.
One timeout remaining per team.
BYU only has to run 3 plays here.
Steel man? Who do you think?
Bryce Dolman.
Bryce Dolman?
I think you were off headset at the time.
May have been.
That's okay. We have to fill you in on these things, Doug.
Timeout, New Mexico. Doug, we won't let you forget that.
Didn't you get the memo, Doug?
I was arriving here on the sidelines, you know, by rail.
Timeout, New Mexico.
What a great night for Bryce.
Yeah, this is an interesting thing. BYU's just going to fall on the football. and New Mexico opts to take their timeout before BYU even runs a play. So that's it for them. First down, BYU can fall on the football, take 25 seconds, fall on the football again, the football game's going to be over. Boy, big game. I never imagined it would be this close when we started out this evening, Craig. New Mexico has a good football team this year.
They're going to win a lot of football games. Next week they travel to TCU. Brigham Young will be at home against Hawaii.
That's a big one. Take a look at it again. Looks like a good hold. The strings are out in front. Plenty of distance, but that ball's just going to be...
Lobos are protesting that, or there have been some protests from the bench over there. Sort of a judgment call. I mean, it was right almost vertical over that goal post.
We don't have a shot of it from our scissor cam in the end zone, do we? It looked like it was just left.
The official standing, of course, right under the upright, looks straight up at it, gets a good eyeball shot, and called it wide to the left.
Well, what if he's cross-eyed, Doug? Then what do you do? He looks straight up and he can't see it.
A butterfly flits by, obscuring it.
No, I think that was left.
Joe Martinez, Isaac Martinez at the northeast corner concession stand.
Walsh covers up with 5 seconds on that play clock, so let's see, they don't have to run a play.
No, that's all they have to do right there.
They don't have to run a play. They will watch it tick away in Albuquerque. What a ball game. Disappointment on that man's face, Dennis Francione. But he took a big step tonight, and he meets at midfield with a man who is a winner. Lavelle Edwards picks up his career number 92nd win as he is marching towards 200.
You know, Craig, a good round of applause from the fans here. All 33,000 strong stayed right here to the end and gave Francione and his Lobos a good hand for a job well done. Will they get any more sellouts this year? I think they will.
Lavelle Edwards and Dennis Francione, they battled tonight, and Brigham Young victorious in their season opener. 34-31. We'll come back after this. Are we in codes, Terry? Terry.
Are we on, or are we just here?
We go outside?
Terry, can you come down to this camera real quick? Let me shoot a couple of quick post-game bites. Terry, confirm. Analyze a little for defense tonight. What you saw, how you played.
Well, we had a lot of things we needed to get done, and got one under our belt, and we're just looking forward to getting ready for next week. We worked hard together. We didn't give up. We had some bad knocks, and we just kept battling, and that's what I like. We played together as a team and didn't give up on each other.
You're concerned the Lobos 31 points on you?
No, they're a good football team. They came out ready, and I give them a lot of credit. We got a good defense, and we look forward to next week.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Good game. I need two interviews real quickly. Just analyze offense tonight. You guys struggled early. How do you feel about it?
I think it came into this game with some pretty high expectations of this season, and I think this shows us we got a lot of work left to do, and that's good. I think that'll be good for us.
3 TDs early, man. Incredible showing.
2.5, I guess. A little assist from him. I can't ask for a better opener. It's fun. I didn't have one touchdown last year, so it was nice.
Okay. Bryce is standing by, so come back to us as quick as you can. What an exciting game, man.
Play the game the Nowatzki play.
Terry, can you talk to me?
Say again?
What are we doing first? Play the game?
Yeah, that's my understanding.
I don't have the copy for that. I'm just going to have to ad-lib it. Okay. And this is the Nowatzki touchdown. And then we go to Dolman, right? Doug, your mic's really cutting out.
Is it really? Try and just hang steady.
This is great.
this going to be live?
Yeah.
Say hi to my family?
You bet.
Well, every week, Macy's will bring you the play of the game. And here is the Macy's play of the game. A lot to choose from tonight, but it's got to be Walsh to Nowatzki.
Walsh all evening was buying lots of time. Watch him dance here in the pocket until the receivers have a chance to work. Now, Nowatzki started all the way out, split to the left, worked upfield, and then decided to run a crossing route. Walsh gets a block from Empey here, lets it fly, and the New Mexico defense is stunned as Nowatzki stretches out, makes a fingertip catch, and makes a stroll into the end zone for 6.
Stunned is the word. The Lobos could not believe he made the catch, first of all, and he just kind of scooted in all by himself.
You know, the New Mexico defensive backs, we talked about it all evening, but they had to be saying to themselves, how could the ball still be in the air this late in the play?
Well, Bryce Doman had quite a ball game, 3 touchdowns. Well, 2.5, I think I heard him say down there to Doug Miller. He's standing by with Doug. Go ahead, guys.
2.5 touchdowns for you, huh, Bryce?
2.5, that's right.
Analyze a little. Offense struggled early, but you guys came into your own in the second half, and you had a couple of good drives. Analyze how the game evolved.
Well, we went at halftime, and Coach Chow said, "Hey, we got to make those kind of tough plays that we're not making." He expected that of us, and we weren't making the tough plays, and so we started off with that little bootleg, and that really helped us. I thought that really helped us because they were rushing their middle backer in, and we were having a hard time picking.
Game plan tonight to run more until injuries took Jamal out of the game there, the second play.
Yeah, we wanted to establish a running game and show that we have that capacity to run, and we do. But first to have Jamal and Kalen standing on the sideline watching.
You saw that pass to Nowatzki there. What'd you think of that? That was an incredible catch, wasn't it?
Oh, I told him it was the best play I've ever seen. He caught that ball full extension and came down full stride. That was awesome.
Offensive line seemed to struggle a little tonight, picking up that blitz. They were lining up that linebacker up close. They seemed to have trouble early, at least, picking up that charge. Can you analyze a little of what was said and how you improved that?
Well, like I said, our the middle backer was coming, and our halfback was supposed to pick him up. And he was having a hard time doing it. So we started the second half with some naked, legs, and that really helped us, I think, because the middle backer came through, and we went sprinting around and made some big plays with that. So I think they stopped doing it as much after we started doing that.
Big crowd here in this stadium tonight. Can you believe it? I mean, when you walked out here and 33,000 and something, the largest crowd ever to see a sporting event in the state of New Mexico. And it was exciting even for you guys. I know you had to feel the electricity.
Fighting is a Skyline High School Olympus game.
I know you got family at home watching. Now you had a great game. You'll never forget tonight, I'm sure.
Hi, family. Mom. Lake from New York.
3 touchdowns. Steel man. Bryce, relate a little of what the honor means to you and what you think of tonight's performance.
Well, I've always kind of been buff, So steel man kind of fits my physique, I guess. Never been a steel man. I like this.
Modestly said. Bryce Doman, congratulations, man. Great performance tonight. 34-31 final score. We'll be back here at Lobos Stadium in just a moment.
Buff.
Buff.
They can't be. It's like you get 2 mics.
I know. He's really
be up here on the receiver.
Yeah, just tailing out the whole time.
Then what? Now what?
Stats, and then another break. Okay.
Hey, Terry.
About another hour and 40 seconds.
Nate Hall is coming back out on the field. If we need to stall a little more, you want to do a defensive interview?
What's that?
Hey, Nate. Nate, come back. Are you coming back this way? Stop over here and talk to me.
Unbelievable.
They need to
Oh, I can hang on to him until the ball shows in case we need a crisis stretch.
They get in a game and they don't make adjustments.
Hey, Bowler?
Yeah.
You might tease if you want Lavelle's coming up since, we haven't promoted it or said anything about it.
Okay.
Are you going to do, are you doing another interview or what are we doing right now?
Just doing stats, Terry, or what?
What?
Okay, and that's it.
All right.
Have you got a stat package up you can throw up? Boy, New Mexico 26 first downs, 170 rushing yards, 310. Wow. Over.
They won.
What do you think? You want to talk to Nate?
45, 480.
Look at that. It doesn't get any more even than that.
480.
Shall I hold him here?
945 yards. Offense. 945 yards.
You got a couple of minutes. You can wait. They're going to do a couple of features before they come down here.
Oh, okay. Should I go in and change and come out?
No, no.
I won last year.
Mind, I'd rather shoot you.
Or choose. Who won?
Couple. No, not at all, man.
Well, a few faithful still here at University Stadium watching a fine football game tonight. Brigham Young winning their season opener against New Mexico, 34-31. Craig Bolerjack back along with Blaine Fowler. So we're going to look at the stats here in just a minute, but offense, if you like it, you saw a lot of it tonight. Both teams up and down the field.
It was an exciting game, and both teams made adjustments at halftime to better their offense. You know, the second quarter, things started to roll, and the second half was just a roller coaster. It was a fun game to call.
All right, let's take a look at the final game stats. 945 yards of total offense. Brigham Young 465, New Mexico 480. The first downs, the Lobos 26-22. What do you see in that package there?
Well, you know, sometimes you'll have a game that's close in score, but the statistics are different. You'll say, oh, we beat them all over the field, but we just didn't score. Tonight, they beat each other up all game long. Offenses were great, and I think that the statistics are indicative of the score. It was a close game all over. Two very evenly matched teams, and New Mexico's come a long way, Craig.
You know, I think if you break this game down, and I'm sure the coaches have already begun, you look at the turnovers, 3 for Brigham Young, 2 for New Mexico. Both teams were able to cash in and get points off those turnovers and really made the game very exciting, very tight.
They did, you know, and those are things that they can work on. They'll work on the turnovers a little bit. The punt cover team will work a little bit for BYU because that hurt them early. And there's things that both teams can work on, but they're both going to have a lot of wins this year.
All right, now Lavelle Edwards, we understand, is trying to make his way back onto the football field from the locker room. Doug Miller is standing by for him. We'll take a short break and come back and try to talk to the coach right after this. Brigham Young victorious tonight, 34-31. Back to Albuquerque after this.
2 years ago down here, I won the pot.
You were?
Did, hey, Terry? Or Bowler, did Dave come?
Hello.
Hello. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Did Dave Mnookin come down to help me?
Yeah, he did. Utes were down.
Just stand right here. When I'm done, I'll walk in.
They were down 14-0 the last time we had a score.
Terry, did you ever get a Utah update?
21-0.
21 zip before half.
Sun Devils?
Yeah. Sun Devils.
21 zip.
That game started at 8 o'clock. So
21 zip in the second quarter?
That was just before half, but that's probably 45 minutes ago. I'm sure it's midway through the third quarter by now. They started at 8 o'clock our time. You going to talk to Nate?
Yeah, Nate's right here. Why don't you wave your family over here?
Come on over.
Well, what if he doesn't? He'll never walk that distance in 2 minutes.
Have you seen Lavelle walk? It'll take him 5 minutes to get.
Well, we'll just have to see. You tell me when you want me to wrap it, and I'll just say we'd hope to talk to Lavelle, but tied up in the locker room, etc. Tell me when
you can have a.
It's not sponsored anything.
Okay. For next week,
Do you want
to push on through?
You want me to toss it back to Bowler? Is that right, Terry? You want me to toss it back to Bowler at the conclusion of this? All right.
Okay, you got 26 seconds to get out of here.
Was I supposed to toss the break after that first interview? No, I meant after that first one. I didn't know what I was supposed to do.
So you have a promo page. It says next week Hawaii. Okay.
What time? Noon?
Yeah, noon.
Okay. 3. We're back.
Craig Bolerjack, Blaine Fowler, Doug Miller back in Albuquerque. The season opener has come and gone. Wow, what a way to go. You got, 10 more games to go. If it's like this, we're going to be in for quite a season.
We'll be exhausted by the end of the year if we have to call games like this every Saturday.
34-31, victorious tonight. Brigham Young downstairs now. Doug Miller. I think the coach is trying to come out, but I think he's got Nate Hall right now. Go ahead, Doug.
We're still waiting for Coach Lavelle Edwards to come out of the locker room. I know it must have been a nail-biting, emotional speech that Lavelle said. What did he have to say after the game, Nate?
Well, he just explained to us that's the nature of a opening season game. A lot of mistakes,
we didn't execute really well. And on the other hand, University of New Mexico, I thought, executed extremely well. They have great talent in their quarterback and that running back, and they just did a great job tonight.
You had great success tonight. In fact, you probably led the heat tonight in putting the heat on Stony Case. Analyze a little of what you saw from New Mexico this year compared to last year. There's been a major difference in the trenches, right?
Well, I'd say the main difference between this year and last year was, one, confidence, and I think that's the main one. First time, from what I understand, that they filled the stands, 30,000 people. You can tell that the crowd was behind them, and they played inspired football. I can give them nothing but credit. They played inspired football, and it just so happens that at the very end we pulled it out.
This was a great football game. You're just saying like the script of a movie.
Yeah, it is like a script of a movie. And it's 3rd down and 1, and we come close within inches, and then 4th down, and then fumble. That's a movie. I couldn't believe myself on the field.
Nate, congratulations, man. Great game. Your family here to watch it. I know it must mean a lot to you.
Yep. I appreciate my family being here, and it's great to have them up.
Thanks, sir. And now to Coach Lavelle Edwards, who joins us with the Coach's Insight feature here post-game. Coach, taking a minute, and give me a little analysis as you go to that locker room with your first win under your belt.
Well, it's like 2 or 3 observations. I think, number one, it turned out just about like I thought it would. I didn't think it would be quite this exciting, but I knew it would be a close game, and I knew that would be mistakes made. I knew that they would come out and do some good things offensively. They're a very good offensive football team. They're not without talent, you know, that Winston and the other receivers and Oliver and Stoney Case, and you know, they've got a lot of talent, particularly on offense, and so that part wasn't surprising. So that turned out about like I thought it might. Then I think what fouled us up was you know, Kalen not being able to play. Then right out of the chute, Jamal gets hurt, and you know, we wanted to run the ball a little bit more, and we started off running it fair until Jamal got hurt, and then of course we had to change gears. Eli Herring got hurt, and we had to change, and I thought we made some very good adjustments, threw the ball well, and got lucky on a couple of them, and John scrambled well and threw it, found the receiver, and of course we got the touchdown. So, you know, that part was good. Then I think the third part, I think the all-time worst decision I think I've ever made was on 4th down. I couldn't believe myself afterwards, and the thing that was going through my mind is that I remember the Air Force game in '82 when we had about a half a foot to go. If we had taken the penalty, and the ball went out on the 2-yard line, they drove 99.5 yards and beat us, but I don't think I'll ever do that again.
Coach, maybe what did you see that concerned you the most tonight? 31 points up against your defense. Does that unnerve you regarding defense?
Well, it doesn't unnerve me, no. I mean, we're obviously we can't give up 31 points very often, and you know, and continue to win. But I don't think we will either. The thing that bothers me right now are our injuries. We just got to get healthy, and we've got to have those players back, and I think opening ball games are like that. And so I don't, you know, I'm not ready to pull a plug on anything or anybody or anything else. It's just a matter of suiting up, and I think we'll come back, and I think we'll play very well next week.
The doctors seem to be fairly optimistic regarding Jamal's ankle, that it wasn't that serious.
I think so, yeah. They seem to be, and then I think Eli, hopefully will be the same. You know, then hopefully we get Kalen back next week. So what we've got to do is just to get out Monday and regroup and just see where everybody is and get ready for Hawaii.
Coach, I know you've got other obligations. Quickly, what do you have to do this week to prepare for Hawaii? Maybe one of the most emotional games of the year.
Well, we got to play the option better from a defensive standpoint, because they are a very good option team. I don't think they'll throw the ball any better than this tonight, but they'll run the option very well. I think that what we got to do is we got to store up our pass protection a little bit, and John scrambled, make some big plays. You can't continue to do that week in and week out. So I think then we got to get these guys back so that we can run the ball.
Coach, congratulations. Big win under your belt tonight, 34-31, the final score. And Lavelle Edwards, thanks for taking a moment to be with us. Coach's Insight, nice new feature of Craig. Exciting ball game, huh? Everything these Lobos hope for.
Yeah, it's very good. In fact, we're going to continue that discussion with Lavelle Edwards tomorrow night on Sports Beat Sunday. So make sure you tune in 10:30 right after Eyewitness News. Hey, Blaine Fowler, myself, and Doug Miller will be at Cougar Stadium 1 week from today for BYU in Hawaii, a kickoff at high noon. So make plans to join us then. For Blaine Fowler, I'm Craig Bolerjack and Doug Miller. The final again, Brigham Young victorious tonight, 34-31. Eyewitness News is next. Good night, everybody.